Zelensky. The German chancellor says he will hold a call with President Trump and President Zelensky. House lawmakers will vote today to denounce socialism. The resolution from the Florida Republican, Maria Salazar. This will happen before the meeting in the White House between President Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani.
The White House calling Democratic Socialist Mamdani a communist, and Mamdani once promised that his administration would be the president's worst nightmare. Yet the two leaders are having a conversation, with the president saying over the weekend they want everything to work out well for New York.
That is Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
In need of a tow? Those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Looking for a home store that truly puts customer service first? It's in Hobbs at Rig Outfitters and Home Store. Stocking furniture, appliances, mattresses, Bluetooth speakers, and TVs, as well as catering to the oil and gas industries with FR clothing, safety boots, hard hats, FR and non-FR face masks, safety glasses, and more. Rig Outfitters also carries Stanley and Arctic brand tumblers and coolers, knives, Heatwave brand sunglasses, and ladies' workwear, apparel, purses, and wallets. Do you need a specific appliance or type of furniture? Rig Outfitters and Home Store either stocks it or will track down exactly what you need through their extensive network of vendors. They also offer 90 days zero-interest financing. Need proof? You can see over the last 2 years, it's all 5-star Google reviews. Experience the Rig Outfitters difference at 1401 North Turner, inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Bob's Ritway says happy Thanksgiving with big holiday values like honeysuckle young white turkey, 99 cents a pound. Sweet potatoes, 3 pounds for $1. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, just $2.99. Food Club large white eggs, 18 count, just $2.98. Get your Cool Whip topping, just $1.98 a tub. And get your Butterball Premium 10 pounds and up, just $1.98 a pound. Cornish game hens, $1.79 a pound. These and hundreds of big holiday values to bring in Thanksgiving this week at Bob's Ritway. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where for 50 Thanksgivings, your grocery dollars always gone farther.
Stuck on the roadside? Tractor acting up in the field? Tired of wasting time driving to shop for an oil change? Stop worrying and start calling Black Widow Mobile Repair and Services, LLC. They bring quality service that comes to you anywhere in southeastern New Mexico. Black Widow handles it all. Light and heavy-duty diesel repair, complete roadside services, diagnostics, plus repairs for your RV, ATV, farm equipment, and even your boat. Don't let a breakdown slow you down. Get your service where you are. For quality, convenient repairs, call today, 575-988-4185. That's 575-988-4185. Old Jack's, Lovington's hometown drive-in, offering everything you need to heat up and cool down. From your favorite poncho burger to the best banana split around. They're even serving up some new desserts. Specials for the week of October 15th through the 21st are the Catfish Dinner. The Red Bull is Smurfette, and the drink of the week is Too Legit to Quit. You can find their daily and weekly food and drink specials posted on Facebook. Old Jack's, 321 West Avenue D in Lovington, or call ahead at 575-396-5328.
Hi, this is Danny Kirkendall with Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. We're celebrating 100 years in business here on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia, and we invite you to come see us for your new Chevy, GMC, or a just perfect pre-owned vehicle. Our GM certified team is ready to assist you, so give us a call at 575-746-3551 or visit us online at guychevy.com.
Guy Chevrolet celebrating 100 years at the corner of 1st and Main in downtown Artesia.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning. The forecast for southeast New Mexico and the 285 is temperatures this afternoon from 66 degrees in Roswell, 69 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 65 degrees in Lovington. Temperatures are dropping into the lower 40s. Tomorrow, rain chances increase over southeast New Mexico. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Hello? And there is a great deal of excitement and anticipation in the air.
Come on, feel the noise.
Actually, it's a beautiful voice and a beautiful accent. The only problem is I can't understand a word you're saying.
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford, with the goal of being your #1 Ford dealer in New Mexico and West Texas. Broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. The question of the day, brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply. They have parts for semis, heavy trucks, and industrial trucks. Text line being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are V and the Breakfast Club.
Today's the day.
What? What are you talking about?
Today's Friday. That day is today.
All right. Are you ready to put on a show?
We've been working on it all week.
Well, it must be something.
Must be something approaching perfection.
I think you'll enjoy it.
I think you're gonna dig it.
Get ready.
You ready for what now?
All right. Start the show.
Starting now.
Now. I think it's now. Good morning. It's already 7 minutes after the hour 6. We are BM, the Breakfast Club, just reading, and I just shared it. New Mexico, the most violent state in the union.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico, per 100,000 individuals, 780 per 100,000 when it comes to aggravated assault, homicide, rape, robbery. We are number one. Coming in very close behind us would be Arizona, Tennessee. Texas is actually at only 432. We're 700. So you have almost a pretty good chance, like almost a double the chance of getting violently attacked in New Mexico as you do nearby Texas.
Hey, congratulations, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham.
We're number one again as they try to take guns away from law-abiding citizens. And, the repeat offenders keep on getting out. And I think it's comical that Bernalillo County came out the other day and said, we got to do something about these repeat offenders. Where the hell have you been? Is it that the DA is running for governor? Is that why you're trying to shake things up?
Well, and if you think about it, the embattled Albuquerque mayor was not too long ago saying, oh, crime is down.
By the way, he's had to walk that back because Albuquerque PD's like, you got to walk these numbers back. And he also threw the Albuquerque PD, Tim Keller, he threw the PD under the bus.
Well, of course he did.
Threw them under the bus. Maybe, I don't know, if you wouldn't encourage homelessness, that would be part of the solution.
I think Albuquerque needs a new mayor.
I think Albuquerque needs a new mayor. I'm not endorsing anybody because I can't vote there, but I think Darren White, who was former law enforcement, he is a moderate. I think that's what Albuquerque needs right now. The liberal ties of Tim Keller have taken Albuquerque into a worse spot than they were before. So I'm pulling for Darren White for sure. Today is False Confession Day, Great American Smokeout Day. If you've been trying to stop smoking, look, I understand the pain, but the first step is just throwing that first pack of cigarettes away. How much is a pack of cigarettes up to? $10?
Like
$9?
Like three fingers and a toe?
Yeah, I mean, it's a expense. So think of the money you'll save if you stop smoking. National Cranberry Day, Gingerbread Day, Rural Health Day going on today. Native American Women Equality Day, Pumpkin Pie Day. Also, World Hello Day. Hello. Test, hello. Hope you're listening. Pancreatic Cancer Day going on today. Philosophy Day and World Television Day happening all day today. Did you guys see that sad story about the Republican aide, former aide now, that is accused of staging a political fake attack where she cut herself up and wrote Trump whore on her side just to get some attention? Now she is facing charges. Good news is the Jesse Smollett lawyer is available if she needs that.
Well, you know,
what a sad individual.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of underlying issues there. You know, that she needs help mentally.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. As I saw the cuts on her, and I thought that was strange the way they cut her, because it was more like, you know, it wasn't like deep wounds.
No.
It was, you know, lacerations to the skin at best.
Well,
and it went across her body like check marks. And I was like, this just doesn't look right.
Well, and again, you know, I'm not any kind of forensics anything, but I've watched it on TV and you can kind of tell the direction and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, and the way it was written on her side is probably pretty easy to figure out. She had done it to herself.
Yep.
So President Trump railing against a video with Democrats, 6 Democrat lawmakers calling for our troops to refuse orders and not blow up the drug boats.
Isn't that insurrection? Maybe even treason?
Well, the president came out and said it's punishable by death doing so.
That would be treason.
The Democrats have lost their mind. They've lost their mind. We'll dive in that story coming up in a second. And a recent study shows that cannabis, low THC content, can actually reduce alcohol consumption. Scientists say that it also, you might reduce your alcohol consumption, but frozen pizza consumption will go up at night, especially. Meanwhile, booze with low alcohol percentage, you'll just have to drink twice the amount of booze. So if you're drinking the Coors Light, you'll have to drink twice as much. Miss Universe pageant in Thailand. Did you see the lady that took she stumbled off the stage face first. She took she went down pretty hard. Miss Jamaica, her name is Gabrielle Henry. As she fell off the stage and was taken away in a stretcher, and more drama coming from that pageant.
Yes.
2 judges actually had to resign as they claim the whole thing has been rigged and the winner was picked way beforehand. That's what they're saying.
And it wasn't Miss Jamaica who fell off.
It wasn't Miss Jamaica?
You know what? I'm not surprised.
No, I'm saying she fell off, but she wasn't chosen to be the winner ahead of time.
No. Yeah, she did a nosedive. Not good. Not good. And they were walking. Look, sometimes I wonder, walking with heels. Monica, Blake, you ever walked in heels?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, platforms
Sure,
like
70s platforms.
Yeah, but not ever with heels.
Yeah.
I've tried stilts once.
Heels. Yeah, I mean, I see women with 4-inch heels, and I'm just like, dang. I just don't know how you could get used to doing that, and that's got to be painful.
It is painful.
I mean, seriously, you're pushing your entire foot to the edge, and where all the toes are just kind of crumpled into one space. Got to be painful.
You know,
not
your
good
your governor tries to get to almost 5 feet by wearing 4-inch heels.
Yeah. And by the time you're 60, all your toes are cramped up. You got some big old corns on the end.
Monica?
All because you tried to wear those heels.
Have you worn heels, Kevin?
No. I'm just imagining.
Monica?
So if you wear them like day in, day out, like if your job requires you to wear them, like your foot will start to take the
Like
shape.
if you're a hooker or something.
Yeah, if you're even if
Well,
you're a
even
hooker.
just in an office.
Yeah, your foot will start to take the shape and it's less painful.
Okay.
But when you wear them like only on Sunday mornings for church or special events or whatever, you're like, ugh, why did I wear these?
And everyone can
Well,
tell, right?
and-
Because you walk different.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know how
I
to
would
walk,
think it kills your arch
yeah,
because it's always I would think.
one of the
So
one of the women at church, we were, because she's known for wearing heels all the time, and I asked her one day, I said, "Does your foot hurt?" She goes, "It hurts when I wear flat
Really?
shoes." Yes, and I said, "Wow."
I guess your body gets used to
This-
that contour.
This is one of those weird things that's high heels are only for people who want to gain a little height, right? And that's really secondary to the beauty factor. I mean, it was strictly for women to show off their legs and to make them more attractive. Yeah. And it's
the governor's like, bring me the hills.
Yeah.
No flats, please.
Well, every time she makes a speech, they literally put a box behind the podium for her to stand on for the microphone.
Like a crate.
Yes.
It's like
Like
a crate that they bring
Yes,
in.
it's like 9 inches, like
Bring in the crate, please. All right, 16 after 6, Open Line Friday. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll dive into Chuck Schumer, very upset. Jeffries, very upset. We'll dive into that coming up in just a second. President Trump, new numbers came out yesterday. We'll also get into that. Tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by our buddies. My cards, please. Cards, please. I need help over here. I need like a producer that just hands me cards. Tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry, pressing, cleaning, starching, wash, dry, and fold all your clothes. You can check them out today. North Star Laundry, 3 locations. You can find them in Carlsbad and in Loving. And when you drop off all your clothes, you let them know, hey, wash, dry, and fold these. Starch these, press these, dry clean these. You pick them up. Everything is good to go. 3 locations, 609 West Lee in Carlsbad, 604 West Church, Carlsbad, 406 West Cedar, and Loving. I found this cut last night. Theo Vaughn show just came out with Matthew McConaughey. And I was kind of freaked out because I'm in Morgan City, Louisiana. I'm just down the street from Maitland Elementary School, and Matthew McConaughey is talking about his time in my hometown, Morgan City.
Oh, wow.
It is a small world when he talks about there's only one place you can go for the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival, where they celebrate oil and gas industry and shrimping industry in the same breath. But Matthew McConaughey, Theo Vaughn's also from Louisiana. He's from Covington. And they talked about his time in Louisiana, Matthew McConaughey. I didn't know his grandmother was from Morgan City.
Mm-hmm.
How neat.
It was a teacher. So cut number 1A, if you would, Matthew McConaughey, Theo Vaughn.
Covington, Louisiana, down there, about 40 miles north of New Orleans.
Okay. I love Louisiana. Where the weeds grow a little taller and the chassis is just a touch looser. But my family, my dad's mother, the Maitlands, had a school in Morgan City. So we would go to Morgan City every year for the Shrimp Festival. My dad grew up later, lived in City Park outside New Orleans. And my best friend, who since passed away, was from Zachary, Louisiana. And I was raised in East Texas, so that Louisiana humidity bleeds over a little bit over the border there, you know?
Oh, yeah, it's like somebody just exhaling a big hit of cigarette smoke over
We used to
there.
hit Hearst Coliseum, man, because you could drink at 18, get over there for my first concert was Rat.
Yeah.
Remember that?
R-A-T-T?
R-A-T-T, man.
Yeah,
Lay it
dude.
down, round and round.
Yeah.
And I go to WWE matches over there.
Bro, you were in the best place for wrestling.
Yeah. I got kicked out of Hearst Coliseum twice.
You got kicked out of it 2 times?
2 times, which is tough to do.
Yeah.
But loogie on King Kong Bundy when he's coming to the ring. Yes. They will try to kick you out, but then you get put you get kicked out, and there is a window on the exterior of Hirsch here that goes to one of the bathrooms from which I snuck back in. And then I had hidden a bag of rotten tomatoes, and I pelted Skandar Akbar from the stands and got kicked out again.
That's awesome, dude.
And as I watched it, I was like, I bet
exactly
they had a
where
big doobie before they came on.
Gee, you think?
Both of them. But yeah, it was kind of a remarkable story. My sister lives 2 blocks from my mom, and she lives like a block and a half from Maitland School that they referenced. So I thought that was
Still has like cousins and
Oh, yeah.
whatnot there. Probably, huh?
maybe. And he also has ties to Uvalde. When I
Yes,
lived in
he does.
Uvalde, Matthew McConaughey, because they moved to Uvalde and then they moved to East
Longview.
Texas.
Longview.
So
Because he dated
his dad.
He dated a girl I worked with when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was
Now,
a
Monica-
nobody, of course, then, you know.
Well, I don't have any
he
connections
doesn't
to him,
wear
so I apologize.
he doesn't wear any type of chemicals on his body like deodorant.
Yes.
So they call him Stinky every once in a while.
No, it was kind of funny because the girl he was dating, that was when I worked at Burger King, and she worked there, and she was going out with him, but she dumped him to date the owner's son.
Was she pretty hot?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta get the Whataburger fix. I
And
mean,
so I was like, nobody thought anything of it because nobody knew who he was, just a kid, right?
Yeah.
But later on, you're like, ah.
did you guys know that Doogie Howser, that he's from Rio Doso, and actually Will Rooney went to school with him.
With Doogie Howser?
Little Doogie. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Come on. Say his
They
name.
actually worked together at
What, Doogie
Slotsky's.
Howser?
Yeah.
Like,
Dr.
character.
Doogie Howser.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know his real name. I just know him by Doogie Howser.
Yep.
What's his
Yeah,
real
they
name?
went to school together.
Blake,
Crazy.
what's his real
Right,
name?
so-
I'm not telling you.
But what is his real name? Where is my phone? Doogie Howser. I can't think of his
Come on,
real name.
texters, tell her.
Siri. What was Doogie Howser's real name?
He is very famous in all kinds of stuff. Great actor.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Neil. Yeah, he's from Rio Doso.
That is
They
so
say
cool.
he's from Albuquerque, but he's not from
Now,
Albuquerque.
he ended up being gay, correct?
Well, he didn't end up
Yes,
being
he
that
is.
way.
He was always
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't
the
know
way
if back in
the way it works kind of with the film thing, it's interesting in New Mexico because when you sign with anybody or do anything like that, it'll ask you, kind of where you're from. Like you can have a hometown, but it doesn't list that. It lists where the agencies and stuff are closest to you. And in New Mexico right now, I mean, they're trying to add Las Cruces to that, but the only option in New Mexico is Albuquerque.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's why I guess Albuquerque comes up.
Yeah.
Or maybe I have
Because
no
that's where,
idea what.
Netflix is there now
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where it's based out of.
All right, we're going to get to Trump talking about executing people. We'll get to that. The Democrats have lost their mind when it comes to that. Also, we'll have to talk about Livestock Board monitoring a virus, another livestock outbreak. We'll talk about that. And today's the day that Mamdani goes to the White House.
Yep.
And are they shielding criminal aliens and a new ordinance in New Mexico? And, I mean, it's in Bernalillo County. We'll talk about that. And a mother dead, children injured in a DWI crash. Man has been charged. We'll dive back into that. And a blue state. Now they're saying that money that came from welfare was actually sent to Al Qaeda to plan another 9/11 attack. America, we better get our stuff together. Just saying. So we're sending money from hard-earned taxpayers like us so that we can fund Al Qaeda attacking us. Does that make any sense? I know it doesn't. So we're actually paying for Al Qaeda to come and attack us again. I'll dive into that story in just a second. All right, number 877-396-W105. Don't forget, today is registration day for the Boys and Girls Club 7th Annual Fall Fishing Derby going on tomorrow and Sunday. Today's the day that you register. And look, if you decide to fish tomorrow afternoon, you can go by and they will register you. Our buddy J.R. DeParto's number 575-361-9580. And you could win, along with having a great time fishing. Take a kid fishing is always great, but you could win $1,000 for for one of those tag fish. And they're looking for trout and bass, and yeah, they've stocked it with trout and bass. Today, go to Lower Tanzel Dam, register. It's only $20 to register. And that's a donation to the Boys and Girls Club. All the money stays with the Boys and Girls Club in Carlsbad. So if you're under 12, you fish for free. So kids, encourage mom and dad to take you fishing. Yeah, and there are tons of prizes. Thanks to the title sponsors, Foraco Electric and Keller Williams. And, of course, message brought to you by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax, supporting local events and tourism in Carlsbad. It is the 7th annual Fall Fishing Derby going on tomorrow and Sunday. Registration today, 575-361-9580. Call J.R. DePorto today for more information. High temperature, 67 in southeast New Mexico, 38 tonight, 67 tomorrow. Looking actually good until Sunday when we have a chance of rain back in the forecast, and maybe no, I thought maybe a front was passing through. Monday looks like it's going to be in the mid-60s again for southeast New Mexico. 53 and sunny today in Ruidoso, 33 tonight, and then 56 coming up for your Saturday. Chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday, and looking pretty decent for the at least for Saturday in Ruidoso. Albuquerque weather calling for 55 and sunny, 33 tonight, 65 tomorrow, 70% chance of rain tomorrow night into Sunday. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Keeping you updated with all the information this morning. Quick check at the weather being brought to you by Fens and Artesia. Fens and Artesia specials going on for Thanksgiving. 89 cents a pound. Limit one for young turkeys. Get shank portion ham, $1.77 a pound. Get spiral ham for $1.99 a pound. And pork shoulder roast, Boston Bud, for just 99 cents a pound. Produce department, celery, 2 bunches for $1. Sweet potatoes, 3 pounds for $1. Also get seedless red grapes, 99 cents a pound. And russet potatoes, 10-pound bag for just $2.99. And the deli department, start off with wheat bread, $1.48 a loaf. Also bologna, just $4.99 a pound. Get turkey breast. It's oven roasted at $7.99 a pound. Colby Jack cheese, just $7.49 a pound. And if you're looking for refreshments, Fens always has the coldest beer in town and the best pricing when it comes to soft drinks and that type of stuff. Right now, get your Pepsi, your Mountain Dew, and your Big Red, 2 12-packs for $10. Get it today at Fens and Artesia. Check them out today. Already 628. We're going to get to Chuck Schumer and Jeffries. They're very, very, very upset. Most Democrats are very, very upset. We'll dive into that story coming up in just a second. But first, what a great report came out yesterday. Commerce Secretary Ludnick came out yesterday, talked about the job growth, and the numbers are looking really, really good. But 1B.
But the construction jobs alone, you can't invest $3 trillion a year without driving our GDP off the charts. You're going to see 4s, you're going to see 5s, and you're going to see 6% GDP growth under this president because the factory's coming home, the tariffs are bringing them home. You have never seen construction the way you're going to see it. And then when these factories come online, wow, are you going to see numbers nobody's ever thought possible.
You know, thing that scares me, we need workers. We need American workers to get off their butts and get to work, high-paying jobs, and hopefully we will see that. But the Trump numbers are up. I got multiple folks that say the Trump numbers are way, way up. Up number 2.
Ocean that somehow, only the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer in this economy. It just ain't true. I mean, the median income is rising right now because of Trump's deregulation, all of this investment coming in. By the way, this is another reason to be super bullish on the economy next year. Even if Trump is off by a factor of 10, if we have about 300, 400 new $1 billion coming into the American economy being invested on top of the investment boom we've already seen. And that's the big part of the picture here, Maria. You know, the seed corn for a growing economy is investment in plant, equipment, manufacturing, research and development. And those numbers are really good in the GDP report. So whatever Trump is doing, it's working.
And yesterday on Fox Business, they talked about the number of jobs that continued to grow, way double the jobs that they had projected. They had projected like 50,000 new jobs. Number came in at 119,000. Cut number 3.
So the non-farm payrolls number coming in at 119,000. 119,000. Wow. The estimate was 50,000. Private sector jobs coming in at 97,000. The estimate was 50. Factory jobs, we saw a loss of 6,000. Government jobs, a gain of 22,000. Average work week, all private workers, 34.2 hours.
So that number kind of gets me. The average worker's hours, 34 hours a week. Would you be considered part-time at 34 hours a week, or is that a full-time job?
I mean,
that's a full-time job or a part.
That's part-time.
Yeah, it's part-time, but I'm sure it's like working full-time.
I don't know. I think they consider that full-time now. I think they changed that.
I think it's everything considered full-time. I think it's everything over 32.
Yeah. I think you're right. Full-time job in America, I think it's 32 now, but I was kind of like 34 hours. What are they going to do with the rest of their time?
Good question.
How many hours do you work in the oil patch? I'd love to know how many hours you work. If it's not 80 hours, I'd be surprised.
Well,
I know guys that work over 100 hours.
Oh.
Well, and like a lot of other professions, it's not a standard work day. You know, they have times that are 24 or, hours a day for however many days in a row.
That's a good question of the day. I mean, not that that's an official Friday question of the day, but in a day, how many hours do you guys work in a day? So what does that equal to in a week? I'm curious because I know.
So here's what I found on the internet: full-time weekly job. However, the standard is often 40 hours a week. It ranges 35 to 40 hours. But Affordable Care Act uses a different metric where the standard is at least 30 hours a week to determine eligibility for insurance and that type of stuff. So 35 hours a week is now the norm, where that's considered full-time.
I believe that.
Some companies consider you full-time at 32 hours a week, which is crazy. All right, we're going to dive into the Trump threat. Trump threatening folks. We'll dive into that coming up next. Was it really a threat? We'll dive into that in just a second. Looks like New Mexico Livestock Board monitoring the horse virus outbreak. Yeah, they're monitoring the equine herpes that they say could lead to. So they've canceled and postponed projected horse events because they were worried about exposure. As of Thursday afternoon, there have not been any confirmed cases in New Mexico. However, 11 horses from the state attended the Texas and Oklahoma events where many other horses were exposed to the virus. And this is a type of herpes that only affects livestock. Now, we got multiple events that were going on. The Texas WPRA World Finals and the Elite Barrel Racing event in Waco, Texas. And then there was another barrel event in Oklahoma. So that's why we're worried that our horses were there and they could be coming back with that disease. So many participants and horses were at that event, including folks from Doñana County, Eddy County, Santa Fe, Baca, Roosevelt, Otero, and Chaves County. So that's why they are putting some safeguards on to monitor the horses and make sure all is good. So all events have been canceled, they say, for now. Today is a big day. Madani coming to the White House. Carolyn Levitt did not mix words. She actually called him the communists are coming to the White House. It's kind of crazy because the House yesterday passed a law to condemn socialism in America. And then we got a full-blown communist coming to the White House. We'll see how this plays out. Crazy. New ordinance is shielding criminal aliens in New Mexico. The Bernalillo County Democrat-controlled commissioners have approved one of the most extreme immigration ordinances in New Mexico history. The measure, critics say, will jeopardize federal funding and compromise cooperation with federal law enforcement and their effort to be a safe haven for criminal aliens. 4-1 vote happened on Tuesday as commissioners barred immigration, custom enforcement, ICE, from conducting enforcement near hospitals, schools, courthouses, churches, businesses, and work sites. How do you enforce this law, and what are the repercussions from ICE doing so? Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Federal government, federal law supersides in most cases, I would think, state law, county law. Who controls immigration? Who enforces immigration? I think it's a sad day in America where we decide not to work with national law enforcement to protect illegal foreigners. I think it's a sad day in America. And I hope Bernalillo loses all their road funds. You don't want to work with the feds, then the repercussions could be coming your way.
Amen.
There have been other states that have done it, and it didn't turn out well for them. The state I'm sitting in right now, Louisiana, lost federal funding when it came to drinking age. They didn't want to go up to 21. They were like, no, 18 is good. I personally believe 18 is good also.
Me too.
But the feds
And when I
cut their
was 18.
funding.
We just like Matthew McConaughey was talking about earlier, all of us East Texas kids at the time, we would go across to Louisiana because it was still 18.
Really?
Yeah.
And the same thing with seatbelt law in Louisiana. They were like, we're not going to listen to the feds. Well, the feds, they listened eventually. So it'll be a sad day that the state of New Mexico loses funding because of one county in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And by the way, look for other counties to do the same, though. I would think. Mother dead, children injured in a DWI crash. Albuquerque man now accused of driving drunk that led to a head-on crash that killed a woman and critically injured her two children. Valencia County deputies accused 37-year-old Richard Gutierrez Molina of driving drunk his F-250 pickup truck, killing 38-year-old Veronica Ferraro and injuring her two kids. By the way, the kids age between 7 and 12 years of age. By the way, he has been charged. Mother's dead now. The kids are injured and not good. And by the way, this guy had a previous DWI charges. 2021, 2020, 2024, and now people are dead because of him. That should be a minimum of life in prison.
I agree.
Life in prison. You took somebody's life away.
Yeah.
Amen.
because of your inability to control yourself. Not understand the boundaries. When you're drinking, don't drive. And you've done it
pretty simple.
multiple times.
Pretty simple.
So he should never see the outside of a jail. Brothers accused of plotting. I can't believe that these are two educators, two
Mhm.
brothers arrested in a threat to do harm to our country.
This is sick.
Cut number 4, if you would.
Two brothers have been arrested, charged with threatening to shoot police and ICE agents, and one of them is an assistant principal at Kempsville High School. Yesterday, Beach Police arrested 54-year-old John Bennett. School officials say he's currently on leave from his position there. The other suspect is 59-year-old Mark Bennett. Court documents reveal several disturbing details about this investigation. So let's send it over to 10 on Your Side's Ethan Kraus, who joins us live outside of that school. Ethan.
Yeah, Aisha, good afternoon. And you said it, the court documents do reveal details leading to the arrest of Kempsville High School Assistant Principal John Bennett. Now, according to the Virginia Beach Police Department, John Bennett and his brother Mark were both arrested on November 16th after police received information that the brothers threatened to commit acts of violence against local police and ICE agents.
Was that kid like just out of high school?
No, they're both.
No, I
both.
meant the reporter.
Yeah. Well, he sounds very young, but both of these gentlemen are
late 50s.
Yeah, late 50s, and probably I don't know if they're still living with mom, but sad story. No, they look like Mr. Rogers type.
They do. They look. You would not expect that.
No. And one of them was a assistant principal at a school. Nuts. Crazy that we got two educators thinking about doing harm here in America. They even plan to go to Vegas and meet with other people about how to finish an attack on America. Sad. All right, we're going to get into Schumer and Jeffries very upset. Other Democrats very upset, including Teresa Leger Fernandez, very, very upset. She's spitting all over the mic. She's spitting mad. We'll get to that coming up in a second. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. Wakefield Oil, 575-622-4160. WakefieldOil.com. They deliver in the patch. Boom or bust. They are there on road, off road. They deliver gas, diesel, and interstate batteries. If you need any of that and you're on location, doesn't matter if you're, off-road, they will find you. WakefieldOil.com, 575-622-4160. Thought for the day on this Friday, all my childhood punishments have become my adult goals. Eating vegetables, staying home, taking a nap, going to bed early. All the punishments are now part of my daily life.
Wait, you get a nap?
Sometimes.
So true.
I wish I could get a nap.
So all the things I used to get punished for, I am now doing on my own. It's my thought for the day.
Self-punishment.
I am self-punishing myself. Morning show this morning being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing and insurance specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured. Look, they have over 30 years experience. For 30 years, they've had that A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. If you got somebody coming to your house talking about your roof, and they're like, oh, I can do it cheaper, I can do it this. Count on one thing, they're probably cutting corners. That's not the people you want to do business with. You want a roof that will last, and you want a warranty that is for real. Sometimes when you're doing business with out-of-town, unlicensed contractors, the warranty is no bueno. As soon as they drive out of your, away from your house. Get in touch with Dwayne Penix. He's got 30 years experience. He's local. He's a veteran. 575-318-9725. Monica in the text when we come back. Oh, Trump's in big trouble with the Democrats. We'll dive into that next.
All right. Have you ever taken a rip from the bong and gotten so polluted the last thing you want is a beer? Said a
Mm,
texter.
no.
Morning to you and all the
That's for
listeners.
us.
And may you all no, it came in at 6:15.
Okay.
Morning to you all and all the listeners, and may you all have a blessed day. Make it home to your loved ones safely. Patrick from Artesia said the cigarettes that he buys, I guess, I don't know what
Mhm.
brand. He didn't list, $12.60 a pack.
Wow.
Ooh.
Albuquerque has a chance to get rid of Tim Keller. Do it, says the Artesia Breakfast Club fan. And
Amen.
there is a wreck on 285 and Chickasaw Road between Roswell and Artesia. Southbound right side lane is closed, and that was brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. If you're not familiar with Chickasaw Road, that's the road that you turn to go to Chaves County Detention. I think that's right. It's the prison out there.
Okay.
So
Beth says, wow, congratulations, New Mexico. Democrats, we are number one again in violent crime. Way to
Mhm.
go. You must be proud. Andy and Hobbs said, did you guys see Ghetto Rat Crockett doubling down on her video about Republicans taking donations
Yeah.
from Dr. Jeff Epstein? I saw a little bit of it.
But she never said I was wrong.
Correct.
She never said those two words. You know, when
She
you're
never
wrong,
will.
come
No.
back, walk it back, say, look, I'm wrong. I was wrong. We got the wrong information. My crack research staff was on crack that day. Whatever you want to say,
She
but
never
say
will.
I'm wrong.
Right.
She's never going to say those words.
No,
Oh, no.
because that's not in her character.
And good Friday morning, you guys. And Monica, have a great weekend. Good morning, Butthead. I love ya. That's Smokey in Arizona. Drew from Fort Stockton is sending in a picture of gas prices in Monahans today. Unleaded is $2.53. Diesel is $3.09. Allie Sheedy from Roswell said Steeler 64. I don't know what they were referring to. And Dave,
She's a movie star.
okay.
Ali Sheedy. Yeah.
Allie Sheedy?
Yeah. She was in Breakfast Club and some other stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I don't even know who she is. I'll have to
Demi
look her up.
Moore also from
Mhm.
Roswell.
David in Artesia said, I heard Will and Neil used to sword fight behind Schlotsky's.
I don't know
Move
anything
along.
about that. What the heck?
Oh, gosh.
You shouldn't read that.
I'm a little jealous. Thank you for letting us know. A little jealous. Good morning from Blacktail Services. You guys are awesome.
Kevin's trying to hold it together.
Oh, my gosh. You guys see what I mean?
I told y'all, don't do that to her.
I'm picturing. Okay.
No, move on.
As a truck driver, I'm limited. So I'm pulling 14 hours every single day, at least 13 and a half, said Big Trucker C. 40 hours sounds like a part-time job. I work 16 a day, 5 days a week. Per OSHA, you can only work 16 hours a day straight.
As a driver?
I guess. I work a minimum of 12 hours a day, 84 hours a week. I work 14 and 14 for an oil company in West Texas. I wouldn't waste my time for 34 hours a week, said. And he's the 62-year-old Christian. Good for you, still working that way. That's incredible.
And I'm putting in more than 40 hours a week.
Patricia from West Odessa said, I wish I could work 34 hours a week. I work close to 70 hours and I'm on duty for 14 hours a day. If my wheels don't roll, I don't make money.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There was some hooker out there banging horses and spreading STDs, said a texter. Sounds like it. I work in the oil field and I work from can do to can't no more, 7 days a week. Aw. Bean Sandwich
An attitude.
said, all of this ruckus over drug boats. It makes me wonder how many palms are not being greased. And good morning. I'm a pumper. I work 10 to 11 hours a day, 275 miles, 6 days on, 3 days off. Not too bad. It's a good day to be alive. Peace out. That's from Hippie from the Patch. NPR.
Sounds like a lot of your time is driving.
NPR lover said, I work 65 hours a week with no overtime.
Thank you, mijo.
Big Country said, good morning, y'all. Heading westward to work on the mountain this morning. Snow on the Sierra Blanca, but not the Capitans. Beautiful. Oh, Big Country, be wise in that snow. Austin, the mechanic, said the accident at Chickasaw is cleared up. The road is open. Okay.
Get her done.
And Friday, I've been waiting for you since Monday. LOL. Good morning, you guys.
I'm telling you.
Jasmine Crockett
Sunday
be
night.
like, what you talking about, Willis? Said Torta
You
Lover.
got it wrong. It was the other Jeffrey Epstein. Like there was only one.
And I may be wrong, but I think New Mexico is a right to work state. Your company can work you 20 hours a day as long as you're not a DOT driver. If you don't like it, then quit, said the certified white boy. This texter said, I'm at 32 hours this morning. Well, he was at 32 hours on Wednesday. So, wow.
Wow.
Diesel prices are still $3.64 at Allsup's in Carlsbad. They just like ripping off the truck drivers, I guess. That's what a texter
Yeah,
said.
diesel here. I did look at that yesterday where I'm at like 320. But look, going into a holiday weekend, gas prices always go up.
Yep.
Gas and diesel.
Yep. Especially
Always
on a
go up.
heavy travel.
Yeah.
Eric said,
So
I
holiday weekend.
Okay. I average just over 70 hours a week. I can't afford to work any less living in Artesia. And I'm retired, but I would give anything to be able to work 80 hours a week again. I worked as long as 84 hours straight, one job, but I would give anything to be able to go back to work. Oh, that's sweet. And women's jobs are never done. 10 to 12 hours a day, then home to cook, clean the kitchen, care for the family, then work calls throughout the evening. 2 more. Giving a big shout out to our Hobbs Eagles taking on the Cleveland Storm in Albuquerque in the state semifinals. The first time in 50 years. Have a safe trip and get that W. Go Hobbs Eagles, said Ricky and Hobbs. And Carlsbad Ronnie said there's 168 hours per week. I spent 20 years getting every single one of them. Aw. All right, that's it for the text line.
Looks like Rob Gronkowski delivered $1 million check to a small town in Arkansas so they can redo their football stadium. This is part of a giveaway program that the NFL legend did and delivered that $1 million check to Dirks High School. Population 900.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they won the T-Mobile Friday night 5G lights competition, and 8 million people voted in that competition. Dirks High School evidently got a lot of votes. Yeah,
all
the
900 of them.
Stadium, football stadium was in really bad shape, and small towns, they don't have the money to take care of the stadium, so they were able to win that $1 million check. And another impeachment could be coming down. You got it. Yeah, Al Green, Representative Al Green.
Hadn't he been censured recently?
Yeah, well, he's saying that we need a fifth Donald Trump impeachment after Donald Trump made comments yesterday. Now, what Donald Trump did say is that he said, we've got sitting members of Congress that are telling our military to refuse the orders from the President of the United States. The president said that is really bad. It is illegal and dangerous to our country. Their words cannot be allowed to stand, Trump said. This is seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up. And at some point, another tweet, he said, this used to be a hangable offense. Back when George Washington was president, hangable offense. So the president said, it's treasonous. It's treasonous. And he was very upset. And I get it. I think it's treasonous. I think when you're telling our military to go against the president of the United States, what could be more treasonous than that? Don't listen to your commander in chief. You don't have to listen to your commander in chief. Democrat Chris Murphy took the threat and became a drama fest. Here's what he had to say. We'll get to Teresa Legger Fernandez from New Mexico up next.
The President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal. This, as far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. Democratic senators and House members who were simply saying that no member of the military should act illegally or in violation of the Constitution.
No, what they were doing, they were encouraging our military. And what's the big deal when we're bombing drug boats? You want the drugs to come into America? Is that what you're saying? Democratic Party wants the drugs to come into America. Democratic Party wants to starve 42 million Americans. Democratic Party wants your insurance to go up 300%. See, Democrats are really good at doing one thing: creating problems and then blaming it on other people. I want you to think about this. Food stamps not going out on time. Who voted against the plan? Democrats. Who voted for the Affordable Care Act? Democrats. Whose idea was the Affordable Care Act? Democrats. And then you got Democratic legislators saying it's a good idea for you, members of our military, do not listen to your commander-in-chief. That's treason. They give you an order. The order must be carried out. Teresa Leger Fernandez from District 3 in New Mexico. Here's what she had to say about the Trump threat from Teresa Leger Fernandez.
We all know what President Trump's calls for political violence look like. I was in the Capitol on January 6th. Now he is calling for the arrest and hanging of Democratic members of the House and the Senate. These are members who have answered the call of duty, who have served in dangerous places like Afghanistan and Iraq, being willing to put their lives on the line.
Thank God the woke military is no more.
Well,
thank God the woke military is no more.
Tell me what their past actions have to do with current treason. Remember Benedict
Nothing.
Arnold? Everybody knows Benedict Arnold. They said, oh, that's never happened in history. Excuse me. Read history.
Chuck Schumer had a meltdown yesterday. And of course, he brought out January 6th, assassination attempts. Trump was the only person that there was an assassination attempt on.
Correct.
Democrats have not had any assassination attempt. By the way, the Democrats are actually very good being the assassins.
Yes.
Are brainwashing young people to be the assassins.
Correct.
Here's what Chuck Schumer had to say yesterday in his meltdown.
Democrat leaders recognized.
Earlier today, Donald Trump shared a post on Truth Social calling for Democratic members of Congress to be hanged. He also posted a message that said, seditious behavior, punishable by death. Let's be crystal clear.
It is.
The President of the United States is calling for the execution of elected officials. This is an outright threat, and it's deadly serious. We've already seen what happens when Donald Trump tells his followers that his political opponents are enemies of the state. Every time Donald Trump posts things like this, he makes political violence more likely. None of us should tolerate this kind of behavior. We all remember what January 6th was like. We lived through January 6th. We lived through the assassination and attempted.
Yeah.
It was the worst 60 minutes of my life.
We lived through the assassination. Like he's blaming Trump for his own assassination attempt.
And by the way, I wish I would have heard that same message from you after Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. I mean, I really do. I wish you would have said that, but you said absolutely
the opposite.
nothing.
Well, they said the opposite.
Nothing.
Oh, he deserved it. That's what you heard from the left.
Nothing. All right, we'll hear from Press Secretary Leavitt coming up next. We'll also talk about our money being sent to Al Qaeda to plan another 9/11. Our welfare money being sent to Al Qaeda. You heard me right. I'll get to that coming up in a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 8,000 guns in stock. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, personal protection, lethal and non-lethal personal protection. If you're looking for the right gun, Zia Guns has it. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. They have lots of gift ideas. So if you're thinking about just starting your Christmas shopping, they have lots of gift ideas. Check them out today. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. They have Benchmade knives, cleaning supplies, so much more. They can tune up your bow. 575-622-0023. Zia Guns in Roswell, 1907 North Main. Roswell, don't forget, closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. One more cut from Press Secretary Leavitt talking about the president's tweet. And you know what I don't get? The tweets that he put out were retweets. I don't know how you say that on True Social. It was a share. He shared a post. He didn't actually say it. He actually shared it. There's a big difference between me saying something and sharing something. Here's what Press Secretary Leavitt had to say.
Let's be clear about what the president is responding to, because many in this room want to talk about the president's response, but not what brought the president to responding in this way. You have sitting members of the United States Congress who conspired together to orchestrate a video message to members of the United States military, to active duty service members, to members of the national security apparatus, encouraging them to defy the president's lawful orders. The sanctity of our military rests on the chain of command. And if that chain of command is broken, it can lead to people getting killed. It can lead to chaos. And that's what these members of Congress who swore an oath to abide by the Constitution are essentially encouraging.
And we remember the pullout of Afghanistan, complete disaster.
Right.
Because there was people that didn't know exactly what the hell to do.
14 service members killed.
Many of people that were working hand in hand with America left behind to be killed. Let's talk about the pallets of money left behind. How many people were killed when Donald Trump's making a repost?
0.
How many people died? Oh, 0. Okay. I had to check on that for a second. Wow. All right. Text line 703-703. We'll talk about Somalians allegedly sent a lot of money to Al Qaeda. Your tax dollars, your welfare money sent to Al Qaeda. And New Mexico senator leads the effort to repeal SNAP cuts. We'll dive into that. We'll tell you what congressman is doing just that. Well, he's a senator now. So we'll talk about that coming up next. Monica in the text.
Listening to these Democrats whine kind of reminds me of the NBA players when you barely get touched and they fly across the floor. Said Jody from Lovington. That's exactly what they sound like. Fritz from Texas said, I'm at 48 hours by Wednesday afternoon. Wow. And it's been $3.64 for months here, though, said a texter.
That doesn't sound right.
Our Teacher Breakfast Club fan said, those Congress members are wanting to overthrow the government. This is what the CIA does. A whistleblower from the CIA said that on Newsmax last night. And I saw a video of AOC saying next time we must hold the people in pain to let them know who's in power. Oh, wow.
Because power is all they crave.
Willfield Safety Guy said stealing a horse used to be a hangable offense. Really?
In many places, it still is.
Because it was like stealing somebody's livelihood,
that
right?
Was the
that
law.
was their car. That was everything. Chip said if they were to say that in any other country, they would beat they would be out to death on live TV. I guess put to death on live TV.
Yep.
Bean Sandwich said Dems called Trump an insurrectionist. Roy from Jowl says Trump should have the FBI arrest these Democrat idiots that committed treason. Maybe this will make them sing a different song. And Big Country said some will argue, and so rightfully, that the First Amendment protects one to worship as they believe. But when a cancerous religion then takes their beliefs into violence sharing the U.S. Constitution, they are a domestic enemy. Make no mistake, the goal of Islam is to overrun the Constitution. I think that that's exactly. I was listening to a pastor talk about that the other day, and he was talking about how they come here, you know, with the goal of having that freedom to use it directly against us to impose their religion, their thoughts, their ideas, their way of life.
Yeah, it's a war plan.
They're free to
is
do
what
so.
it is.
Exactly. It's sad. And that's it for the text line.
And we just embrace it. And we can look at Europe to look at a failed country. You can look at Scotland, which is 99.9% white people. And the Muslims moved in there, and they were 1% yelling and screaming, look, the prime minister is white. The secretary is white. The Department of Ag is white. Well, 99.9% white. Go to Africa and try that. I'm serious. Go to Africa and try that.
Oh, but they are taking over a lot of African countries. Look at Nigeria.
They are. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But Scotland's like, we've been a white country for a long, long time. And they allowed them to come in. Scotland didn't push them out. But now they're complaining they don't have enough control at 1%.
Well, to be fair, it is Scotland, but it's the British pushing it.
Oh, of course. Of course. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're on 128 this morning, you're driving. Exit Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles. Fill her up today. They offer diesel, DEF. They also have unleaded gas. So open to the public 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They accept credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. If you're driving this morning on 128, you need fuel. Exit Buck Jackson Road, go down about 2.75 miles. Fill her up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Reminding you, please be safe on the road. Your money going for another attack like 9/11? Welfare fraud in Minnesota. The Somali population funneled tax dollars to Islamic terrorist organization, according to the City Journal report. They broke this story. Untold millions of state dollars was flown from Minnesota to Somali, to a overseas group that is a terrorist group. Funds that came from welfare from the Minnesota Department of Human Services. They took your welfare dollars, your tax dollars, and sent it to a group that was planning another 9/11 style plane attack in America. Now they've tracked a lot of this information, a lot of this money. And Tim Awals, the governor of Minnesota, has said very little about your welfare dollars going to attack America. That's where we're at today. And when we look at the Somali people, close to 50% of Somalis that come to this country end up on welfare. This is why 41% of all welfare recipients aren't even American citizens. They're foreign born. And your congressman, your senator, Ben Ray Lujan, leading the charge on Capitol Hill to reverse the SNAP cuts program. Ben Ray Lujan says, I don't care if there's 187,000 dead people on it. Congressional Budget Office projects $187 billion will be eliminated over the next decade, I should say, because of SNAP. We got way too many people on SNAP. We got 460,000 SNAP recipients just in New Mexico, the highest participation rate in the country. You got Ben Ray Lujan going, no, we don't want to fight corruption. We need to keep on giving. We don't want to make people have to go to work to get their SNAP benefits, even if it's 20 hours a week. There are actually people that will be excused from working the 20 hours a month. If you're elderly, you won't have to work. If you have kids, you won't have to work. We continue to push back. Oh, work requirements. That's bad.
Well, you think old Ben's going to give up his little kickbacks?
So Ben Ray Lujan fighting for welfare recipients in the state.
Pocket.
By the way, Byron Donalds saying Madani, who is due at the White House this morning, cannot force New York City to follow international law. What about Sharia law? Can we force them to follow Sharia law? Chip Roy from Texas, Texas GOP representative demanding a total ban on immigration until the federal government hammers down large-scale changes in the immigration system. He's saying that we should stop all immigration. We should pause it until we actually can fix it. You count on one thing, Democrats ain't going for that. No way. So just pause it. 1 year, 6 months, whatever it takes to overhaul immigration. And the Bush family plotting to a big comeback to retake the GOP from Donald Trump. Of course, big get-together yesterday. Hick and Liz didn't even invite J.D. Vance or the President of the United States. Liz Cheney saying no to that. But they did invite George W. Bush and his family. They invited Dr. Fauci, Mike Pence, and others. Look, I didn't like Dick Cheney. I think Dick Cheney encouraged George W. Bush to attack the wrong country.
Of course.
After 9/11.
He was part of the problem.
I don't care for Dick Cheney. I don't care for his daughter, Liz. And by God, I don't even like George W. Bush.
Well, Dick Cheney was not W's choice. That was Daddy Bush's choice.
That was Daddy's choice as a babysitter. That's what that was. Looks like public meeting on the proposed Mescalero Apache tribal land exchange has been postponed. For now, there was supposed to be a land exchange with the state, and they postponed that for now. And an Albuquerque woman who shot a man in the back during a road rage event was in court for sentencing on Thursday. The judge, Matthew Chavez, sentenced Heather Lopez to 3 years behind bars for aggravated battery. In November 2024, Albuquerque police called to the area of Comanche and Eubanks, reports of a shooting. Victim told police his truck was rear-ended and said that he started recording the incident. That's when police said that Lopez pulled out a gun, aimed it at him, and shot him. Police said the victim took the gun, removed the magazine, and walked away. But Lopez put in a second, pulled out a second gun and shot him in the back. By the way, she's going away for 3 years. FYI, if you ever shoot somebody in the back, you're probably going to jail. Yeah, you're probably going to go to jail. Fifth person dead at Disney World. I don't know if I want to go to Disney World. This is the fifth person in less than 8 months.
I just don't want to give my money to Disney.
Well, that, and I just don't want to die either.
Right.
That's a lot of people dying in 1 month. That's nuts. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about Maggie Toulouse Oliver is trying to fix the books and allow illegal voters. We'll talk about that. That story from the Penyon Post this morning. And a Florida serial killer. 3 women found dead in 3 days. We'll dive into those stories coming up in just a second. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Find them today, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Farm and ranch supplies. They've got feed for all your animals, certified Purina dealer, Western wear, and more. Trailers, tank, tack, fencing materials, hardware store right there in their store. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Also find them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. 67 and sunny all day today. Maybe some rain by Sunday for southeast New Mexico. And Ruidoso, your weather is looking like 53 and sunny today. Cold tonight, but rain coming up tomorrow night, a 60% chance of rain. And in Albuquerque today, looking good, sunny and 55. Overnight low tonight getting down to 33. You've got about a 70% chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. News coming up next, quickly to the text.
David says, I work around 12 to 13 hours per day for 10 days straight. I'm 70 and I've been doing this for 45 years working in the oil patch. That's incredible. And we Americans just need to kick butt, said this texter. Big Country says, when you see Muslims conducting street prayer, that's not normal. It's a show of dominance. So act accordingly in defense of this nation, the Constitution, and your faith when you witness this act. 77 hours last week. I started today with 68 hours already, said Steve-O in the patch. And Destin said, stealing a horse still is a chargeable offense in New Mexico, but now we don't have capital punishment. Does that mean we have no punishment now? And I put fuel every other day at all subs. Oh, Lord, I lost that text. I'll get back to your texter. Good morning. Happy Friday. You all have a wonderful weekend, said Brian from Albuquerque. That's the secret life, not dying. After Dick's funeral, the FBI needed to arrest Liz when she came out of the door, said the Artesia Breakfast Club fan. I think anyone on welfare or SNAP needs to get yourselves loaded up when they come to apply. Come out on the highway, then I'll pick up trash off the highway that these are throwing out anyway. And talk smack about Muslims in Britain, and you'd be in deep doo-doo.
Yep.
You're going to jail
They'll
if you
break
talk
your-
smack about Muslims.
Yeah, they'll break your door down.
I put fuel every other day. It's right. It's all the big all-subs that are accessible to the semis. Oh. And didn't the Dems call for imprisonment of Trump and him being eliminated during one of the elections or during the January 6th crap?
Yep.
And that is it for the text line.
All right, we haven't done the price of oil. Let me get to that, being brought to you by Fusion Medical Spa. Just a reminder, if you want to sponsor the price of oil, hit me up at kevin@mtdradio.com, or if you just want to be on the show. Fusion Medical Spa, they're offering $50 for Botox and buy one, get one free right now at Fusion Medical Spa. Also, other things that they can do at Fusion Medical Spa include stem cell therapy. Yes, you're feeling a lot of pain and you want to get that corrected. Stem cell therapy. Before you go under the knife, go talk to Dr. Rath about that. They also do spider vein treatments, vampire facelifts and facials, chemical peels, micro needling, and more. 575-257-4772. That's 575-257-4SPA. Call them or visit them at the River Crossing in Ruidoso. Price of oil this morning at $7.19.
West Texas Intermediate is off $1 and a penny at $57.99. Brent crude is down 90 cents at $62.48. Natural gas is up 7 cents at $4.54, and the wholesale cost on a gallon of gasoline is only $1.90 this morning, Kevin.
All right, we're going to keep you updated with everything going on. 719 news this morning being brought to you by WWRV x3.com. Affordable, quiet place to park your RV. If you're living around Carlsbad or working around Carlsbad and need an RV hookup, This is a place that's designed for working people. They have over 162 RV hookups and 3 RV parks. So 30 and 50 amps available, all including high-speed internet that's wired right to your hookup. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. That number, 988-0392 or www.rv3.com. Check them out today. 7:20, taking a break. We're Beyond the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. And Roadrunner Food Bank, the Food Depot, and New Mexico Department of Game and Fish announced the return of Hunters Helping the Hungry, a unique program giving hunters in New Mexico a chance to feed those in need. Hunters can donate elk, deer, antelope, and other game to be turned into easy-to-cook meals. The process breaks down into a few steps. First, hunters bring in their catch to one of 2 processing centers. The meat is processed and packaged from there. Then the meat is collected by the 2 local food banks who distribute it to hungry people in need. Go to huntershelpingthehungry.org for more information. Lee County commissioners have approved a second budget adjustment for the Lee County Event Center remodel that has now grown to a cost of around $54 million because of unexpected structural issues, which include rusted windows and pockets of clay found in the parking lot. Construction remains ongoing. And Texas's new $3 billion dementia research fund has been blocked temporarily by a trio of voters, Shannon Huggins, Lars Kuzlich, and Jose Sylvester, who filed a lawsuit claiming some voting machines used in this month's election are faulty. The plaintiffs, who are representing themselves without an attorney, do not say why they are only protesting the results that overwhelmingly approve the funding of the Dementia Prevention and Research Institute of Texas and not the other 16 propositions Texans considered on the same ballot. 2 of the 3 plaintiffs, Huggins and Kuzlich, have filed previous challenges about voting machines in other elections. Nearly 70% of Texas voters approved of the funding. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick called the plaintiffs' efforts lawsuit abuse, saying, quote, "This frivolous lawsuit has prevented the DPRIT constitutional amendment from taking effect despite Proposition 14's passage with nearly 70% of the vote." And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Ladies, is your eyesight causing frustration every morning while applying makeup? Are you holding a cheap, distorted mirror up to the window trying your best to see? At last, there's a better way. At Last Lighted Mirror and Grooming Tool. Men, this is for you too. Sharpen up your mustache, goatee, or beard because ladies love a well-groomed man. Local inventor Rebecca Long spent 5 years researching and designing the At Last Lighted Mirror and Grooming Tool. It has rechargeable LED lighting, 1, 5, and 10 times magnification mirrors, all in one for home and travel use. It comes with a USB charging cord, travel case, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and 1-year limited warranty. This is a must-see, so drop by 226 West Vega in Hobbs today for a free demonstration. Order online at atlastmakeupmirror.com or call 575-631-3189 today.
Dear Friday, Toyota says let's put good times in gear with the Tundra, Tacoma, and 4Runner. Want some cool available features? We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, man, turn that down. Where's my keys?
Hey, what's the rush?
I'm headed to the JC to sign up for some classes.
What's the hurry? We barely graduated.
I heard classes are filling up.
So what, you're gonna be a scientist or something?
Man, I could be a welder, police officer, barber, or maybe even a nurse. They make bank.
Yeah, right.
They even have audio and video classes for you.
Really? Hold up. Let me get my keys and I'll drive.
Just roll on out to New Mexico Junior College and register at nmjc.edu today.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Imagine a world where teams wore plain, uninspired uniforms. Functional?
Sure. Eye-catching? Hardly. But as times evolved, so did the demand for standout styles. Enter the era of awesome graphics. Located at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs, New Mexico, they revolutionized team and work attire. Their secret? High-quality FR uniforms from renowned brands like Ariat, Lapco, Byrne, and Bulwark, paired with cutting-edge technology for vibrant, multicolored logos. Awesome Graphics bridges the gap, offering both sports and industrial uniforms that don't just fit well, they inspire. From Nike office shirts to Adidas and Oakley designs, they ensure every team and staff look as professional as they perform. They're not just about appearances at Awesome Graphics, they're about empowering teams. So if you're in Southeast New Mexico and need uniforms that speak volumes, the choice is clear. Visit myawesomegraphics.com and discover how they can elevate your team's image. Awesome Graphics, where style meets performance.
Now, back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club being powered by Permian Ford, with the goal of being your #1 Ford dealer in New Mexico and West Texas.
Be in the Breakfast Club as much a part of waking up as Folgers in your house. Call now, 877-396-W105. Call now.
You're the coolest person that's ever talked to me.
Feels more real than the real world.
The Real Deal.
This is not headline news. A Washington business hired a convicted killer to play Santa. In their defense, you really have to hire a guy who knows the naughty list. Carly Rae Jepsen turns 40 today, so call her, maybe. Bravo released the cast of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I checked it out just to see who's going to be divorced soon. And college students in Texas solved a 1991 cold case murder. The only case I cracked in college was a 24-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon. This is not headline news.
It's still to come, national anthem and the pledge. We've got the boob of the day later, taking out trash, things that happened on this date in history. We've got all of that and more on the way. Morning show this morning being brought to you by La Tienda. You can find them and, of course, Pecos, Texas. They're right there on Eddy Street. Savings just in time for Thanksgiving. They've got the young turkeys, 89 cents a pound, limit one, please. Also, shank portion ham, $1.77 a pound. Spiral ham, $1.99 a pound. And get the Boston Butt pork roast, the shoulder roast for 99 cents a pound. Also, produce department, bunches of celery, 2 for $1. Also, sweet taters, 3 pounds for $1. That is a awesome price. Get the red seedless grapes, 99 cents a pound. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag for just $2.99. Also, in the deli department, start off with the wheat bread, $1.48 a loaf. Bologna, just $4.99 a pound. And get the oven roasted turkey breast for $7.99 a pound. They've got everything for Thanksgiving. If you're starting to plan out Thanksgiving, they've got everything just for you. And of course, they have Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite. 20-pack is $9.99. Get it all today. And Pecos, of course, the coldest beer in town also. Right there on Eddy Street. If you're new to Pecos, check them out today at La Tienda. Looks like federal immigration authorities are ending their enforcement operation in Charlotte nearly after a week. And they're heading to New Orleans. Charlotte to New Orleans. Throw in Chicago, and basically you have a food tour. By the way, New Orleans is about to become the big not so easy with immigration heading that way. Have you seen the big thing that people are saying kids aren't going to school because of immigration threats? Yeah. Yeah, they were saying, school. There was a liberal. Yeah, go and check out my TikTok page, The Real Kevin B. I posted up a liberal that is outside the school. He's a white dude waving the Mexican flag and crying.
What an idiot.
Tell me it is not a mental disease.
It is. I've said it for years.
And a bald eagle was seen dropping a cat through a car windshield.
Oh, goodness.
On the highway in Bryson City, North Carolina.
He dropped his dinner.
By the way, the bright side of this is that it was in the HOV lane. That's the bright side.
He dropped his dinner. Now he had to go hunt something else.
We're so close to it raining cats and dogs. I can just taste it. I mean, we're so close. We are. Squid Games in America is set to begin next February, in case you were waiting on that. And Netflix is going to be streaming Major League Baseball. They're going to do the opening day, the Home Run Derby, and the Field of Dreams game in 2026. Netflix, yeah, successful in football, now moving over to baseball. And New York City, they're unveiling a new wax statue of Jeff Bloomberg at the Wax Museum. Spencer Lofcarano, Canadian actor known for his roles in Gotti and Unbroken, passed away. He was only 33 years of age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I see people dying at 33, I'm like, wow, what happened?
He got the booster shot for the vaccine.
Maybe it was the COVID vaccine. And Maggie Toulouse-Oliver, the Secretary of State, far-left Democrat, seeking to...
What's she hiding?
I mean, she's looking to move on to the lieutenant governor's office, but she's trying to secure maybe some illegal voting at the same time. Penyon Post. Yeah, recently came out with this story. You can go find it on the PenyonPost.com. Critics saying the group is trying to obstruct lawful federal efforts to ensure only U.S. citizens vote. So in New Mexico, they're protecting non-citizens and the rights of criminal aliens. Are they also voting in our elections?
Yes.
We give them driver's licenses that when you get your driver's license, Monica, what do they ask in the questions? By the way, I renewed my driver's license. What do they ask?
They ask your height, your weight, your eye color.
But they also, do you want to register? Yeah, do you want to register to vote?
Yeah.
And by the way, if you renew your license online,
they don't ask if you want to register. They ask if you are registered.
Correct. And then they'll ask you
because
to register you.
Yeah.
They instantly register people. Think about that. So if they're not asking the questions, are you legally in this country? By the way, legal residents don't have the right to vote. Wrap your head around that whole thing. Kind of crazy.
They don't ask that.
No. Florida serial killer. The fears spread after 3 women dead in 3 days. Authorities in Florida pushing back on the social media rumors of a serial killer on the loose in Jacksonville after 3 women found dead in 3 separate incidents in the last 3 days. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, trying to calm down the citizens, saying we're aware of the rumors that are circulating about a serial killer on the loose in Jacksonville, but we have not confirmed that as of yet.
I think they need Dexter to go there because he takes care of serial killers.
I mean, three. But, I mean, look, it wouldn't be the first in Jacksonville. Isn't that the home of Ted Bundy?
I think it is.
A little confused about that story. So not saying, I mean, I would, if I lived in Jacksonville, I would be somewhat on edge. I don't want to say I would be living in fear, but doesn't a serial killer kill his victims in the same exact way, each one? Or could it be all different?
I would think it would be different.
Okay.
Wouldn't John Wayne Gacy in that area too?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking up.
Because I think one was shot, one was found under a bridge, and then another one was found like in an alley.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a serial killer, don't you want to make it hard for the law enforcement to figure that out?
Today's
so if you have 3 different ways of killing people.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah, they don't fit a pattern.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that debunked my has to be a pattern theory.
Well, I mean, it could just be he doesn't like women.
Ted Bundy was from Jacksonville.
Yeah. John Wayne Gacy.
And John Wayne Gacy from Jacksonville. So maybe there's something in the water in Jacksonville.
I
don't know.
I think more serial killers come from Portland, Oregon than anywhere else. I think is the
maybe
old. I don't say myth. Because I haven't looked it up, but that's kind of always been the rule. If you're from Portland, you could be a serial killer, or at least a sociopath.
Representative Burchett from Tennessee. I love this guy. This is the representative. You see him. He always has a suit and tie on, but he always has like a Carhartt jacket on top because that's his background. He's a farmer, rancher. Yeah. So he didn't mince words talking about TikTok user who is saying F Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back and said, well, F yourself.
Oh.
He said, why don't you get your fat ass a job? I'm tired of carrying you. I love that guy. We need more, people take offense, but that's what we need in America.
Sure.
We need more real men that tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that guy. Look him up. His name is Representative Tim Burchett. He's from Tennessee. All right, existing home sales up 1.2% in October. Good sign. All we need is the interest rate to continue to go down, but home sales are actually gaining. We talked about the numbers in the first hour, and things are looking much better. I think if the courts would stay out of the way of Donald Trump, we would already be seeing everything going down in prices. Now, Trump has done some stuff this week, coffee and other things. The prices will go down because he relieved the tariffs. Big, beautiful bill hasn't even kicked in. That won't kick in really until January. Just move out of the way and let it happen. Everything they cried about, tariffs were going to kill the stock market, tariffs are going to kill the economy. And these are experts that are saying this, supposedly experts.
Mm-hmm.
All of it is false. The proof is in the numbers that continuously come out every month. And it's showing things are going the right way. 72 years of age. I think that's a good age to sling drugs. Midland man.
No.
Midland man, his name is Manuel Galindo, 72 years of age, charged with manufacturing and delivering a controlled substance. He was busted with about 50 grams of cocaine. Monica, how many ounces is that?
Oh, grams into, I don't know.
That's about two ounces, right? Well, less than 2 ounces.
Yeah.
Less than 2 ounces.
But like, what is it in like a solid form, like a brick or something?
That's
how I measure drugs.
Anyway, they
what are you, a trafficker?
Yeah,
don't you know?
I need the kilos. Anyway, they found a Folgers tub inside his vehicle, and he's 72 years old driving the Camaro. I'm not hating on any 72-year-olds that drive a Camaro, but they found the Folgers tub, and inside there they had the cocaine.
It was
all individual baggies. So he couldn't say it's for personal use.
It was the best part of waking up.
Yes. And then they found, 6.2 grams of marijuana and about 2,300 in cash. Also had a pistol and the cocaine and the weed. And yeah, he was busted. 72 years of age, slinging coke. Probably not good. Looks like Jasmine Crockett talking about, it was the wrong Jeffrey Epstein. I said Zeldin took the money from Jeffrey Epstein. I never said what Jeffrey Epstein. She had the nerve to say that yesterday.
Well, of course she did.
I didn't say what Epstein.
Because you didn't know.
I didn't say which one. By the way, cut number 11, play cut number 11, Jasmine Crockett giving out more excuses, but never saying, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. There's cut number 11.
Stacey didn't initiate that chain. Jeffrey initiated that chain, and she took the information. Just like if somebody texts me.
Yeah, but she was responding and saying, you know, what are you talking about? Quick, I'm up next. And then her questions were about Rona. But do you think that was inappropriate? I mean, would you text with someone who is a registered sex offender about what you should ask?
I honestly know that he had never been convicted of any federal crimes at that time.
But he had been in jail already.
He had been
got a
in
plea
jail.
deal.
And my deal is this. The Republicans are constantly texting with a 34-count convicted felon. So if it's okay for them to text him at any point in time, then I'm not going to say that that's right or wrong, especially to the extent that you're talking about kicking someone off their committee. Were they sexting? Was it a matter of her being involved in the pedophilia? No, it was nothing like that.
It was only his money.
I think it's bad enough that a sitting congresswoman was texting back with Jeffrey Epstein to try to plan an attack on Donald Trump.
Right.
Now, that right there tells you what side the fence that Jeffrey Epstein fought for. It was the Democratic Party. By the way, if you go look at all the people that he gave money to, all Democrats.
Well, and look at old Jasmine Crockett defending him.
And she called him Jeffrey. Like she has a personal relationship with this clown.
Yeah.
Jeffrey. Yeah. Looks like California scores an F in affordability. Everything California does, New Mexico wants to follow suit.
Well,
affordability, by the way, Texas is in the top 5 for affordability. California scored a big F. Texas got an A.
Good job, Governor Abbott.
New Mexico would be much better if we wanted to be more like Texas instead of California.
Yep.
Just saying. Here's a report, California an F. Gavin Newsom, you got an F, buddy.
In a state-by-state report card on affordability and home building by Realtor.com, California scored an F, finding itself close to the bottom of states in home affordability with some of the highest home prices in the country. California Governor Gavin Newsom has signed multiple pieces of legislation into law in an attempt to help build up the state's affordable housing stock. 2 recent bills overhauled the state's environmental regulations to reduce construction delays, and then Senate Bill 79, signed this fall, overrides local restrictions to allow for mid-rise apartment buildings up to 6 stories tall to be built near transit stops and in neighborhoods that are currently classified as single-family zones.
So before you really think about voting for Gavin Newsom in 2028, let's just do the math. An F in affordability. And when it comes to the state, they're actually operating at a big deficit right now. They funded more social programs than they can actually afford. People are moving out of California.
Yep.
Their economy is still huge in California, but it's dying every single day.
That's correct.
Because of liberals in that state. All right, take it out trash coming up in a second. Native-born citizens are driving growth, and jobs are going back to American workers for a change. J.D. Vance talking about this. Breitbart doing a report on this, talking about, yes, American-born citizens are driving the growth and the job markets. You can look at American workers and foreign workers, and American workers are going back to work. See, when you have foreign workers getting paid a fraction of the American workers suffer. You know who this hurts the most? Most of the time, minorities. The jobs that minorities would do, they're being eliminated because foreign-born workers are doing those jobs at a cheaper rate. So American workers are going back to work. New numbers coming out yesterday saying more and more Americans going back to work, and we need more Americans to get off their butts and go to work. Don't listen to the Chuck Schumers and the Jeffries of the world. Americans need to get up and go to work. We need less food stamps. We need more workers. It's good for the growth of America. It's good for the future of this country. Yesterday, Harry Enton of CNN talked about Democrat polling numbers. Look, I get it. They're down on Chuck Schumer, but why are they praising and the numbers going up for Hakeem Jeffries? He's also part of the problem. Listen to these numbers from CNN's Harry Enton.
But Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are on different planets. You look at January, the net favorability rating, they were pretty close, plus 22 for Jeffries, plus 11 for Schumer. But over the course of the year, Jeffries' net favorability among Democrats has actually gone up. It's gone up to plus 29 points. Look at where Chuck Schumer is. He's underwater with Democrats in the most recent Fox News poll, minus 2 points. But at this point, Hakeem Jeffries is running over 30 points better with Democrats nationally than Chuck Schumer is. The anger on the left is much more so against Chuck Schumer than it is against Hakeem Jeffries.
So both of them are in a problem. Both are.
Well, no, it says Jeffries is up 29 points. And the reason for Schumer to be down is because he didn't completely cave to the communist wing of the Democrat Party. Right. And Jeffries tries to appease that.
Yeah, the Democrat Party is mad at Schumer. But Hakeem Jeffries is a big problem. Big problem. So Hakeem needs to go. Schumer needs to go. The whole left wing of the Democrat Party, they need to find the center again. New Mexico man sentenced to more than 21 years in prison after trafficking 17,000 fentanyl pills in El Paso. Yeah, Edgar Omar Martinez, 43 years old, made one mistake going into the state of Texas. If you'd have stuck to New Mexico, you'd probably be walking around free.
Right.
For real.
He was arrested in March of last year. FBI seized 1.5 kilograms of fentanyl from his car and had a bunch of pills, about 17,000 fentanyl pills, $3,200 in cash. By the way, he's in big trouble. He's going to jail for 21 years. By the way, 21 plus years going to jail for drug trafficking. If he'd have stayed in New Mexico, he'd be out in less than 4. Hell, in New Mexico, you can murder somebody and get out in 5.
Right.
Crazy. Democrat senator spent a whopping $360,000 in 9 months, not even a year, on private security. This guy has voted against every gun bill, but he got armed guards.
Oh, my God.
Got armed guards. Raphael Warnock of Georgia, $360,000. Yasmin Crockett, we did that story last week. How much money she spent?
They spend a lot.
On security. By the way, they say that that Warnock spent about $2.7 million on private security dating back to December of 2020. Even though this guy wants universal background checks on guns, wants to ban assault weapons, it's okay that he protects himself, but you're not supposed to protect your family.
Right.
Hypocrite.
Well, Democrat.
Trump administration threatening to slash $75 million in Pennsylvania over the whole CDL scandal. You want to give driver's license to illegal aliens? I think their highway funds should go. I do.
Yeah.
I think their highway funds should go. So New York, Pennsylvania, California. Sorry, but New Mexico is probably going to be on that list also. So the president threatening to take away $75 million amid the terrorist suspect that was given a CDL. This guy was a radicalized terrorist. By the way, actually wanted in his country for terrorism. Where do you come when you're wanted? To America. Hey, we'll give you a driver's license. You can drive a big vehicle.
You can kill more people.
Yeah. What country was that guy from? Kazakhstan, or I don't see.
We've had one. We've had one recently from Kazakhstan, We've had one.
Kazakhstan.
We had one from India. We had
but this guy from Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm.
And look, they put out some good UFC fighters.
Mm-hmm.
They also put out some really good terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
So
Muslims,
do we want to give him a 80-ton vehicle?
No.
Tell him to get on the road?
Well.
And at the same time he came to America, he was also posting up all kind of radical Islamic stuff on social media. Now let's give him the CDL. Let's get her done.
Well, you know,
let's get
this is like a modern day crusade time, but in reverse.
Yeah. Sad story. Verizon going to lay off about 13,000 people. They've got to cut. Verizon laying off starting yesterday. They're trimming down their staff and increasing investments. So they are laying off about 13,000, about 20% of their workforce. In a day and age where most things are done online, do you need as many employees? Probably not.
Well, it depends on what employees you're talking about. Because, I mean, you got to remember they're a telecommunications company. So there's a lot of employees that they need. All the infrastructure, all of that kind of stuff.
I'll let them worry about who gets cut, but 13,000 jobs are being eliminated. Probably a lot of those jobs are going to be I would think are going to be in, like people that deal with people every day in their retail stores.
Yeah.
13,000, 20% of the workforce going away, which is in line. AT&T did the same thing earlier this year. So it's in line with AT&T. All right, Monica, we're going to get to the Tax Morning Show this morning, being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across Southeast New Mexico. Siding, construction. They do the big metal buildings, industrial and commercial metal buildings. So if you've been thinking about erecting maybe a warehouse, a barn, that type of stuff, they got you covered with all of that. Plus, they can remodel the outside of your home. You're thinking about putting up a patio and maybe a carport, or maybe just siding and windows and doors, seamless gutters. They do all of that. They just finished our carport. It's 6 bay. Looks awesome. 575-391-1430. Check them out today. Go to the website, Seminole Siding and Construction.com. Monica, and the text already 752.
I believe that all of these mayors, judges, and those who hold a higher level position that are siding with those who cause crimes should face the same consequences. Round them up, especially those that are trying to turn our military into pansies, no matter what position they hold in the U.S. Patricia said, Kevin, the driver's license place also asks if you want to be an organ donor, and I am.
They do.
NPR Lover said, I just renewed my driver's license, CDL, and was not asked anything about being registered to vote. Are you already registered to vote, NPR Lover? You probably are. They probably just skipped over you.
I guarantee you right there, I'm going to go online because I just did it. And it asked if you're registered to vote already. And it's a check mark.
Richard in the patch, I am not reading your text on air. I get in trouble.
Sorry, I'm not going to read it.
How can you call experts Democrats or call Democrats experts? Said
Wait,
a texter.
When did we call them experts?
I don't know who did. I think he read it.
I mean, they're experts at hypocrisy.
Maybe, yeah, true. How much wood could a woodchuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Say that 10 times fast.
If you could chuck.
If he could chuck. Randy, I just did.
Why are you trying to get her to say stuff?
Because they're mean sometimes. 62-year-old Christian. On the economy, fuel prices are going down. Everything we consume moves by truck, rail, plane, and ship. Prices will come down. And happy Friday, Breakfast Club. The American city that has produced the most victims by serial killing is Los Angeles. Granted, this doesn't mean LA has had the most serial killers, just the most efficient ones. 1,777 victims. Wow.
I looked it up. Louisiana was really high on the list of victims, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a serial killer right here in my hometown back in the day, and he killed like 14 girls. and was transient because, and that's part of the problem, they couldn't find him. He was working in the oil field as a roustabout and would change jobs every week.
That's a pretty good cover.
Good morning. There's a good podcast either on Joe Rogan or Sean Ryan with Caroline Frasher that talked about lead poisoning in certain areas that had more per capita of serial killers. It was a bit spooky, said the everyday citizen. Oh, wow. And Big Country said, when it comes to Crockett not accepting responsibility for her actions, come on, who's actually surprised? It's par for the course. Pretty common among them. Just saying, surprised she didn't blame racism for her actions. True. Imagine 80,000 pounds of high-powered explosive, destination unknown, said Bean Sandwich. They claimed...
Is there not a high-powered explosive?
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm just wondering.
A little black cat.
That's still pretty high power.
Yeah, true. They claimed that there was an FBI informant on Epstein, and it's rumored to have been Trump. Okay. I Hate You All Equally is talking to everybody that texted in and said how many hours you guys work. He said, y'all need to stop riding the clock and go home. Morning, said a Republican texter. At 32 hours a week, I'd have to work 2 jobs. Maybe that's what they want us to do. I work 60 hours a week and an on-call on the weekends.
I think that told us a lot about Hate You All Equally.
Yeah, true. Last one. Jay Rodriguez said, I had to renew my hazmat and my driver's license on Monday. They did ask if I was registered to vote, if I wanted to be an organ donor and other mental disabilities and or doing any prescription or non-prescription drugs. Yep, sounds about right.
I thought they asked about the register to vote.
I
was just
they
looking.
I just did it, they did.
They do.
Yeah, mine too. All right, taking out trash. We're about 4 minutes away from 8. Taking out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Trash-eaters.com. They do commercial pickup. They do residential pickup. 96-gallon polycart. Commercial customers, you got your 2 and 4 yard metal dumpsters, and they have the big roll-off containers. Call Kayleen this morning, 575-408-1719. When you do business at Trash Eaters, here's what you get. Local people. That's number one. Veteran-owned and operated. Go to the website, trash-eaters.com. California parents convicted of stabbing and decapitating 2 of their own children.
Oh, my
By the way, they also forced their other kids to watch them do that.
Oh, my God.
The father and the mother convicted on Tuesday of stabbing and decapitating their 13-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son, and then forcing their 2 younger kids to watch and then look at the bodies. Nathaniel Bromwell, 48, and Maurice Jewel Taylor, 39, found guilty of murder in their 13-year-old daughter, Malika, and 12-year-old son, Morris Jr. Inside their house in Lancaster. By the way, Los Angeles County District Attorney said one of the most horrific murders she has ever seen. A monstrous act of cruelty that shattered the entire family. 2 innocent children brutally murdered while the young kids had to watch those activities. By the way, how young were the kids? Ages 8 and 9. Firefighters discovered the bodies 5 days later when responding to a possible gas leak. That's when they found the couple's 2 children, 8 and 9, inside the home. Prosecutors said Bromwell and Taylor committed the murders, then forced their young kids to watch the decapitation and left them without food for multiple days. Prosecutors have not shared an update on the status of the 2 siblings. They are now in state care. Bromwell and Taylor were each convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder. Sentencing has not happened yet. Hopefully, they get life in prison with no chance of parole. Better yet would be the death penalty, but there is no death penalty in California. anymore. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Crash Eaters. On the way, we'll talk about a former judge in New Mexico and his wife scheduled for that federal trial. We'll tell you more about that. On the way, plus 2 cities in New Mexico listed the most sinful cities in America. The Golden Age, America's foreign-born population dropping. We'll tell you by how many, according to Donald Trump. And migrants could be fined a lot of money for entering the United States illegally. Fines are up $1.8 million this year. And Jim Jordan's phone records subpoenaed for more than 2 years. They keep talking about the DOJ. The DOJ was alive and well and spying on Americans under Joe Biden. And Taos is changing their Kit Carson Park to a name that I really don't get. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a second. Things that happened on this date in history, our national anthem and our pledge still to come. Or Beyond the Breakfast Club, things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range, 236 East Navajo and Hobbs, veteran-owned and operated, largest selection of firearms, state-of-the-art indoor firing range, plus the Milo FBI training simulator. For 1,000 different scenarios, you could probably find pretty much any scenario to train with. Monthly memberships included are hourly rate. Plus, if you're looking for a brand new gun, they have the largest selection of guns around. Plus, they have tactical gear, suppressors. They've got everything when it comes to optics and gun training. So if you've never owned a gun and you need some firearm safety training, they offer that. Go to the website for more information, 2atacticalrange.com. 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, proud sponsor of things that happened on this date in history.
On this day in 1783, man's first free flight took place in France in a hot air balloon. And on this date in 1877, Thomas Edison announced he had invented the phonograph. Not surprising, he came up with the idea in record time. 1952, the U.S. Postal Service issued the very first 2-color postage stamp.
And it was 2 cents, right?
I didn't write that down, but that could be right. On this day in 1967, the single kite altitude record was set at 28,000 feet.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine how long that took to reel in?
I wouldn't have let it in. I would have let it be free.
In 1980, this is a big day in history on TV. In 1980, Who Shot JR? That was the episode on Dallas that aired. And that was back in the day when shootings were actually kind of rare. And for those who remember, it was in 1981, a year later, that Luke and Laura got married on General Hospital, and they were the talk of everything, apparently. Some birthdays today. We'll start out with this one. That's Carly Jepsen. Yeah, she is 40 years old today. You should call her, I guess. She got her big break on Canadian Idol, by the way.
Oh, honey.
Yeah. Did you know there was one of those?
I did not.
Michael Strahan hits the 54-yard line today. So
he's the one with the big gap, right?
yeah, I think he's on like every TV show right now. Maybe not. Maybe not Survivor. Yeah, maybe not Survivor. Yeah, ESPN football commentator. Yeah, I listed that first on purpose. He was also a 3-time Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl champ. Troy Aikman turns 59 today.
You're supposed to say former amazing Dallas Cowboy quarterback first.
I don't know that I'd go amazing.
He was legit.
He was legit. He won 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He probably would have had 4 if Jerry Jones wouldn't have gotten in the way and got rid of their coach.
True.
Anyway, another birthday today on the music side. Not a big fan. I really just like saying her name. Bjork turns 60 today. Enough Bjork there. Yeah, in Icelandic, of course, where she's from, Bjork actually means birch tree. So I guess you know what the Swedish chef says a lot on the Muppet thing, because he's like, Bjork, 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 Bjork. Actress Nicolette Sheridan, she was on the remake of Dynasty and apparently on Desperate Housewives, though I've never seen it, turns 62 today. Goldie Hawn turns the big 80 today.
What? Wow.
Yeah. Some of y'all might know her as Kate Hudson's mom. The rest of y'all probably know her as Kurt Russell's woman. 80 years old today. She was on Laugh-In originally. Basketball's Earl the Pearl Monroe turns 81 today. Back in his day, he had more moves than Lindsay Lohan in an earthquake. Yeah, okay, fell flat. Warner's brother cartoon character Tweety Bird turns 83 today.
Aww.
Yeah, have no idea how old that makes Granny.
Dead.
I do not know. One last birthday I want to mention today is my wife's Kim. Her birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Kim.
Since we don't have a show tomorrow, happy birthday to her. Some folks no longer with us. Kevin, you'll like this one. Dr. John left us in 2019.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line.
Kevin, where was he from?
New Orleans, West Bank.
That's right. Also not with us anymore, Harold Ramis. He left us in 2014. Of course, he was the writer-director of Caddyshack, Groundhog Day, co-wrote Animal House, Stripes, Back to School, Meatballs, Ghostbusters. And if you're really young, it's probably you just recognize him as Seth Rogen's dad in Knocked Up. And one last one, Stan the Man Musial left us in 2013, of course, Baseball Hall of Famer. And those are the things that happened on this day in history. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Kevin, we'll kick it right back to you.
Friday. It's a Friday. We can't do without another Jasmine Crockett cut. Hard to make you feel smarter. We've got a message from The View saying that Trump was definitely involved with Epstein. No proof of that, but we'll get to that coming up in just a second. We'll get you updated with all the weather for the weekend in just a second. All the news coming up, too. It's already 8:07. National Anthem and the Pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your Farmers Insurance agent. Has been for many years, over 40 years. Yeah, practicing and taking care of people that need insurance. Call her today. Her number 575-393-2661. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Rebecca Long started her business at 19, 40 plus years later, still helping people out. Let her put together a quote to meet your needs. Rebecca Long, serving the entire state. If you're tired of not talking to individuals, talking to like computerized stuff, you need an agent you can count on. Rebecca Long, 575-393-2661. Call her today. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
Good morning. My name is Chase Mazurek. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in complete control.
Today's verse of the day is John 15:8. When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Jude Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Already 8:10, we're beyond the Breakfast Club. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Atlas Make America and Grooming Tool. ×1, ×5, ×10 magnification. Bright LED lights, travels with a case that you can put it in, weighs less than 4 pounds. Yeah, you can put it in your check bag or your carry-on bag. Doesn't weigh too much. Not going to weight you down. And can be, you can travel anywhere in the world. We do, me and the wife. 575-631-3189. They have just rolled out the brand new pocket mirrors that are $29.99. The larger one that goes in your purse is $39.99. AtlasMakeupMirror.com. You can order right there from the site, or you can simply call Rebecca Long at 575-631-3189. Southeast New Mexico, enjoy your day. It's going to be beautiful, 67 in sunny skies, 38 tonight. Good-looking Saturday also. Ruidoso today, 53 and sunny. Overnight low tonight, 33, 56 tomorrow. Maybe some rain on Sunday in Ruidoso. And in Albuquerque today, 55 and sunny, 33 tonight, 65 tomorrow. Rain coming up maybe tomorrow night into Sunday. 5-day forecast. Go to W105radio.com. Get you updated with news being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale, Ragsdale Law Firm, reminding you when accidents happen, they come when you least expect them. And when they do happen, you need a trusted law firm. That's the Ragsdale Law Firm. Call Luke Ragsdale today, a local lawyer that will fight for you. Ragsdale Law Firm, specializing in car accidents, personal injury, medical malpractice, and also oil-field accidents. Based in Roswell, serving the entire state. They offer free consultation. And don't forget, you never pay until you win your case. Ragsdale Law Firm, 575-208-5300. RagsdaleLawFirm.com for more info. Taking a break, it's 8:13. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. A pointed message. The House votes this morning to denounce socialism, the same day Socialist Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani meets the capitalist President Donald Trump. But Trump holds the key to federal funding for the plans Mamdani wants to carry out, like free buses. As the Trump team looks to persuade Americans, hold on, affordability is around the corner. The Trump economy is starting to kick into high gear, they say. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent tells Fox.
We're going back to Trump-style growth, which is high growth, low inflation, which is just the opposite of the Biden years.
Optimistic about acceleration in the first, second, and third quarter next year. The Department of Justice sues California Governor Gavin Newsom over giving illegal migrants college tuition benefits, calling it unequal treatment because U.S. citizens are not entitled to the same benefits. America's listening to Fox News.
7 big days of doorbusters now at National Furniture Liquidators. Corner desk $78, chest of drawers $98, 3-piece sectional $11.97, occasional chairs $98, TV stand $144, twin mattress $98, recliners $148, or an Ashley sofa $277, and more. Hundreds of pre-Black Friday doorbusters, but hurry because quantities are limited. 7 big days of doorbusters only at National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty.
What's really going on? Daniel Bellows here at Permian Ford Lincoln, corner of Sanger and El Paso, and I have some big news. You're going to want to listen to this. 2025 Ford models have 0% for 60 months and 90 days of deferred payments. That means you won't have a payment till February, possibly March. Right here at Permian Ford Lincoln, corner of Sanger and El Paso. 0% for 60 months on 2025 model year-end clearance sale is going on right now. You got to get yourself down to Permian Ford Lincoln. We have a huge selection, and we're ready to serve you guys. 1000 North El Paso Street here, Hobbs, America.
Your call is very important.
Still waiting on your cable company to care? With slow speeds and hidden fees, maybe it's time to pull the plug. Kinetic gives you 100% fiber and gig speeds with 25 times faster uploads than cable. Local service that actually shows up, and clear pricing that isn't there to surprise you. So ditch cable and connect with the right crowd. Get up to $200 when you switch. Visit GoKinetic.com. Kinetic. Internet better. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply.
Wanting an affordable, quiet place to park your RV while you're working in or around Carlsbad? WWRV is 3 RV parks with one goal: to be a quiet place for their working tenants. 162 RV sites with 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities are included in the price, including premier wired internet at each site for your gaming and movie streaming. WWRV is pet friendly and well lit with plenty of street lights. Get pricing and contact info by visiting their website at www.rvx3.com or call 575-988-0392 for WWRV.
When it comes to protecting your home, sometimes things can come out of left field. That's when it can help to have a game plan. And luckily, Farmers' customizable home insurance packages offer coverage options you can tailor the way you want. Talk with Farmers agent Rebecca Long so you can decide if your coverage is ready for whatever it is that may come your way.
I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Discover straightforward home coverage options and more by calling Farmers agent Rebecca Long at 575-393-2661. That's Rebecca Long at 575-393-2661.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Do you have a catering emergency? Call Fireman's Pit Barbecue at 254-458-3229. Everything is custom made to order at Fireman's Pit Barbecue. Brisket, sausage, ribs, pulled pork, and more. Catering for 1 to 1,000. You'll love the home-style Texas Pit Barbecue at Fireman's Pit Barbecue. This is a mom-and-pop family-run operation, and Rich and Maria Carrillo are the best. Don't feel like cooking? Fireman's Pit Barbecue offers the perfect option for holiday meals for your family or business. Fireman's Pit Barbecue specializes in oil field catering, and they're licensed and bonded. For 50 people or less, they need just 48 hours lead time. Follow Fireman's Pit Barbecue on Facebook or call 254-458-3229. That's 254-458-3229.
Alamogordo, your flight through history awaits. The new Skywired exhibit opens July 26th at the New Mexico Museum of Space History.
Explore iconic planes like Big Gulf, original artifacts from wireless pioneers, and the amazing story of Colonel George Allman. See replica remote-controlled warbirds and early drones, including a model of the Reaper.
Meet passionate RC flyers from the Alamogordo RCers, the Academy of Model Aeronautics, and clubs across the region. Skywired, where history and innovation take flight at the Museum of Space History in Alamogordo.
We'll knock off now and take the next 2 days off. How's that?
In the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll.
All we want to do is pop you up.
I got a little sugar baby down the road. She's sitting on a radio and rocking on gold. We'll dance up a storm and later on tonight we'll be working on doing all the wrong things right.
That's right.
It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll.
I'll be back.
All we want for Christmas is the Epstein Files. It's been a we see the Epstein files, then we could know who's on Epstein's list. It's been so long, we had to wait, causing deep political divisions. No one believes that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself in prison. All we want for Christmas is the Epstein files, a public trial for Ephebo files. Gee, if we could see who's in the Epstein files, then we could know who's on Epstein's list.
By the way, you can count on one thing. I am not on the Epstein list. You can count on that one thing. I am not on the Epstein list.
Hey,
I have
Kevin.
never been to the island.
Maybe the caller on the phone is on the Epstein list.
Maybe he is. Let's go to the call. Morty, how you doing? Where are you calling from? Are you on the Epstein list?
No, sir. Too poor to hang around with those type of people. Too poor. Yeah, no. So, you know, the Democrats, sir, can control a certain narrative, but we control the facts. We have the facts on our side, and they have the dirty laundry money on their side. So we just have to teach the young people, the young voters. I mean, we're in our 60s, you and I and Blake. Well, I don't know Blake, but you and I speak. And the young voters are wanting facts, and that's what we work on as a conservative is facts. You know, the Democrats, they stole $93 billion. I said it the other day with a B. Before President Trump took office, 72 days prior to him taking office, the Biden administration stole all that money. So for the next 3 years, they're going to be spending those $93 billion around the Democrats to carry narratives, lies, deceive. They deceive. They're evil. They're evil people. They want to mutilate children. They want to do replacement migration, the deep state, the globalists. And with us having the facts and always searching for the facts, for the truth facts, we can win in the midterms. But it's going to be hard because they control the narrative, billions of dollars.
Yeah, they definitely control the narratives, and they do a better job getting information, and they stick to the same old agenda. Look, it didn't take them long yesterday. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate you. It didn't take them long yesterday to all come out with the same narrative about Trump wanting to hang Democrats.
Well,
didn't take them long to all stick to that narrative and talk about January 6th again. Didn't take them long to do that.
But you notice they never denied doing what Trump said. They said, oh, he can't threaten to hang us because we're in Congress. Well, treason doesn't know an office.
You know something that's missing in this country that I wish they would bring back? Duels. Back in the day, two men or women got into an argument at Congress. They went outside and they handled it. That's what you call thinning the herd. That's real term limits.
Yeah, they make musicals out of that later. Hamilton, Burr.
That's real term limits. Yeah. So I don't want to hear this stuff. Well, that's uncivil. Hey, that's what our country was founded on.
I think that's way more civil than what we got now with drive-bys and all that other stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Running late this morning, being brought to you by Pop's Power Washing. 11 years. Eric has never been late. Still cleaning the patch. Yeah, he does all field equipment cleaning, clean up your spills, take care of your company fleets. And look, 11 years, the record, 11 years and never late. Call Eric this morning. If you're on location right now and you use a company to do your power washing, but they're late, call Eric. He'll get the job done fast and be out there on time. And then the old company will come and you say, I already called Eric. 575-704-0330. Ops Power Washing, never late, and 11 years. Check them out today. Meta has begun warning thousands of young Australians to download their data and delete their Facebook, Instagram, and Threads account because there is a new ban on any users under the age of 16. So they should listen close. If anybody knows anything about scrubbing evidence on the internet, it's Mark Zuckerberg. Listen to Mark. Yeah. I think the ban is good, but they haven't gone far enough. The ban, I think it should be banned anybody under the age of 16 and anybody that that believes a lot of stuff that's on Facebook. The problem with putting an age limit on Facebook is that it's never going to work because parental control was the most important thing that you can do. That if you can see your kids' Facebook and what's going on their Facebook, because, you know, if you say the age limit is 16, guess what? Every 12-year-old is now 16. All they have to do is add a couple years to their birthday because it's not going to go into great detail about their birthday. All you have to do is add 4 years.
Correct.
I'm just saying. Back in the day, when Facebook began, there was an age limit. And you know what people did? They lied about their age.
Can you imagine that? Young people lying about their age?
By the way, back in the day when I wanted to buy beer, you know what I would do?
Lie about your age.
Lie about my age. Yes. Yeah, me and my mom were having that conversation. There was a little store owned by the Castellanos, Italian friends of ours. And Mr. Chris would sell cigarettes and beer to anybody. I would just go in there and say, my dad wants a pack of Marlboros. No problem. Sell them to you.
Back in the day?
My mom wants a 12-pack of Miller Lite. No problem. And that scam went on for years till I graduated high school. Matt LeBlanc.
Joey.
Started in Friends, spun off to Joey, and that did not go well. In fact, it was canceled in 8 episodes and never made it to broadcast. Now, 20 years later, those lost Joey episodes are coming back on YouTube TV. Yeah. He will forever look. He's tried getting parts in movies and stuff. He will forever be known as Joey.
And he got paid for it, so you know.
Yeah, there are other actors that can, that can take one character into another. By the way, Tony Soprano, same thing. That guy's always going to be Tony Soprano.
Right.
OpenAI is rolling out a version of ChatGPT built for K-12 educators, offering it to teachers and schools free of charge through June of 2027. And they held Dick Cheney's funeral in Washington, D.C. yesterday. Neither the president or the vice president were invited. Look, there's deep-seated hate between Liz Cheney and Donald Trump. Her dad dying didn't change that. Not going to change that either. Former New Mexico judge and his wife scheduled to go on trial. Yeah, this is the magistrate judge in Doñana County. Arrested along with Homeland Security. They arrested them after they were, I don't know, if somebody is in the country illegally, do you think a judge should be spending time with that person?
No.
And especially not giving them a quarter and firearms.
And taking a picture in your underwear with them.
Well, that's a little,
A grown 60-year-old man in tidy whities with a gang member.
A violent gang member.
Yeah.
Member of Tren Agua. So their trial was coming up December 15th. They hadn't set the trial date, Both Joel and Nancy Cano, the former judge and his wife, have been released on bond. Their trial date is coming up December 15th. And the most sinful cities in New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
Monica, take a pick.
Albuquerque. Hobbs.
No, Albuquerque, then Las Cruces.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, they don't look at small towns because if they would, I think some small towns would be on that list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a minimum population threshold.
I'm not pointing at anybody, but I'm just saying some small towns would be on that list. But Las Vegas is known as Sin City, but when it comes to the most sinful cities in America, Vegas is number one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet it's still ranked number one.
Yeah, followed by Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado. Everybody's too high in Denver.
So what are the metrics?
Miami,
what are the
Florida.
metrics they look at? Crime, strip clubs, dope, what? What are the
37 metrics, including violent crime per capita, excessive drinking, adult entertainment, and more.
Okay.
How the hell can New Orleans be number 10 with that metric?
Right. They should be like number 2.
But Las Cruces came in at 117 and Albuquerque came in at 73. But by the way, the least sinful city, Madison, Wisconsin, and Columbia, Maryland. I get Maryland, but
I would think
Madison is one of the most liberal, sinful cities in the Midwest.
It is, but they don't have a lot of what you just said that they were measuring by.
Their crime rate is down, and they probably don't have a bunch of strip clubs and stuff like that.
No, but it is one of the more liberal bastions. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to Albuquerque and Las Cruces, you bunch of sinners. All right, 831. We are BM the Breakfast Club. You bunch of sinners. Go to church on Sunday. All right, boob of the day. We're going to get to the boob of the day. Already 8:31. We're BM the Breakfast Club. Still to come, good news of the day. Boob of the day coming up in just a second. Monica and the tax already 8:31. BM the Breakfast Club.
I remember 1972 when I was living in Hobbs, New Mexico. I was 8 years old. My mother used to tell me to go down the street to the laundromat and get her a pack of cigarettes, but I had to take a note with me with her signature. That's crazy. If we don't change federal election laws and require mandatory ID and in-person voting by midterms, we will not win the midterms. Midterms, said Steve B. And Jay Patton said that kite string was over 5 miles. Unreal. Jay Patton, we appreciate you doing the math for us. Jay in Carlsbad said, I started working in the oil field in 2015 when I was 19, working 80-hour weeks. But I realized I loved my hobbies way too much. So I worked on moving up and getting certs now. I'm fortunate to bill 72 hours a week, but honestly work about 45 hours Monday through Thursday, listening on 285 on my way to Dallas for this weekend's getaway. Good for you.
You seem like a lawyer billing hours. No hate towards lawyers, by the way. By the way, I gotta give a shout out. You want to talk about moving up in a company? My son-in-law, Adrian Vasquez. Look, Adrian started off at the bottom and just got another promotion, where another raise, another promotion, proving again that, Sinclair Oil Company, man, they just continue. He just continues to move up the ladder. So congratulations to him. And, the shows up for work every day, does his job, and you get advancement. Isn't that what we all aspire to do?
Mm-hmm.
Just show up every day, do your job, do more than just your job, and then you're going to get promoted to a new cushy job. By the way, congratulations, Adrian. Cushy job.
Because you were talking about attorneys just a second ago, and it reminded me that there were actually 2 birthdays tomorrow that I missed earlier. Luke Ragsdale has his birthday tomorrow. And our very own Russ Black also has a birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday to
So there you go. There you go.
I got plans tomorrow.
I neglected to put those in the birthday, so better late than never.
Those liberal parents that kill the kids should be hung, said Sandwich Hater. And have you guys heard about the Carnival cruise ship? A man overboard happened yesterday, said Drew from Fort Stockton.
Carnival.
Well, you heard the story about the
cheerleader.
The cheerleader.
Carnival cruise.
Yeah, the ex-boyfriend claims that the stepbrother acted inappropriately before the cruise death. So now the mother of the girl is going to has to testify against her son. The whole thing is so much family. They said there were family strife before they actually went to sea. Crazy. I don't know. Cruise ships aren't as safe as they used to be.
Right, for the wrong reasons. Like
I might steer clear.
Maybe. Good morning to the best radio hosts in America. I like lots of conservatives. We are upset with the negative attitude of liberals. We're very fortunate that America has a businessman as the leader of our country. President Trump wants our country to become self-supporting and, most important, a much-respected country in the world. The liberals hate him because he's taking away the D.C. Democrats' under-the-table payoffs and socialism desires. You guys have a wonderful weekend. That was a beautifully written,
100%,
straight to the point text. I love that. 575-308, I won't say the rest of your number, says, I can't believe that people really agree with you guys. Ha ha. It's hilarious.
Well, thank you for agreeing with us.
Well, we appreciate you for listening, even if you don't agree. I mean, sometimes we get to educate people that actually don't plan to be educated. So I'm glad that you're here.
Right. And I said thank you for agreeing. That's a future thanks. I'm just doing it now.
Yeah. Jody from Lovington said, in a few more days, I'll be able to tell you guys how safe the Carnival cruise ships are.
Okay.
Get her down.
Please do, Jody. Smokey in Arizona sent a picture in and it said, you might be old, but are you this old? And there's a picture of...
Not the mama.
Yeah, not the mama. Remember those dinosaurs? Is that what it was called?
Yep.
Dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs.
Where can I get that Epstein List song at? Asks a texter.
We'll see if we can put it up. I'll see if I can download it. I'll see if I can put it up on the Facebook page.
Okay. And NPR Lover said this was in the town of Hagerman, where he renewed his driver's license and was not asked anything about being registered to vote.
Well, they probably knew you were liberal.
I think NPR Lover is a conservative.
Mm-mm.
NPR Lover, are you liberal?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean,
Did you read the
NPR.
name?
What are you talking about?
No, but he never really. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I mean, if you like NPR, you don't like conservative stuff.
I mean, that's kind of a given.
Well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like saying, oh, you voted for Trump, you're a liberal?
Because he doesn't really come at you guys. I say come at you guys. He doesn't really come at us like holier than thou would.
No, he doesn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
NPR. He's just always comparing our news to.
Yeah, if you like NPR, NPR is definitely very far
I've never listened
left.
to it. I've never listened to NPR.
Yeah,
ever.
well,
it's interesting.
I wouldn't waste my time.
It's interesting.
Far left, for sure.
And I would say that's not necessarily a waste of time because you need to know what the other side is doing and thinking.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you do, Kevin.
Good luck on any Carnival cruise. It's like flying Spirit, said a texter. And Torta Lover said, I get up at 2 a.m. to be at work by 3. I work about 12 to 14 hours a day, sometimes 6 days a week. But those are the type of jobs you got to do to make ends meet. Do you have a family, Torta Lover? For a little bit. Oh.
You got to do what you got to do.
Hagerman does not.
Hey, Monica,
Uh-huh.
have you ever heard of is it UFOs? They make like sandals and tennis shoes.
UFOs? No.
Yeah, OOFOS. The most comfortable sandals. But the problem is they're $79.99. I don't want to buy them.
UFOs.
You got the money.
Footwear.
I got the money. I just don't want to buy it. Yeah.
He wants to get them on sale.
Well, Black Friday is coming up. Everything is going to be on sale.
Even $59.99 is a bunch. So.
Oh, the perfect pair bundle. You can buy some.
The shoes and the sandals?
I think so. It looks like it. Yep. No. You could buy like. Well, I'm sure you could. Yeah, here's one. Shoes and.
Wait, how much did your Crocs cost, Kevin? Let's compare this.
I don't know. I didn't. The canes that my son bought, they were probably over $100, but my limit is $29.99. That's a bit. I'm not buying something more than $29.99. By the way,
for $1.
NPR lover responded.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me read what Toby from Hagerman said. Hagerman does not do driver lessons. They haven't in years. Dexter still does them. And NPR lover responded. He said, no, I'm not. I actually live in Lincoln County. And yes, Blake, that's why I listen to NPR to get both sides of the story.
Okay.
But do you relate more to conservative or do you relate more to Lincoln?
Well,
NPR?
I think I stand corrected. I think he said that he leans more conservative by saying that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I paid $55 for Haiti flip-flops the other day. Haiti flip-flops?
Hey, dude.
Yeah, hey, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to, like my Adidas ones that feel like you're walking on women's
just say pillows.
They're just very, very soft. I paid $29.99 for those, but these are really good.
So like walking on unsurgically enhanced pillows.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. They're good. They're good.
Stop.
So just $59.99 seemed a little overkill.
$59.99.
Yeah, it just
you'll buy
seems like
that
a
for
little
$1.
much. Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip. Even though the wife says go ahead and do it. I think I'm gonna have to break down and buy a new phone because my phone is like I can charge it. And it says it's like at 60%, and 5 minutes later, it's down to 17%.
You got something running in the background.
Yeah, no, nothing running in the background.
Make sure all your other windows are closed on it.
Yeah, everything off, and even charging in the low power mode, which turns everything off.
Oh, wow.
Still. Yeah, it goes up to like 64%, and then all of a sudden, and that happened after we were coming here. I was not watching the game, but listening to the ball game, and it said that it overheated.
Yeah.
And after that, the battery life is crap. So I think I'm going to have to get me another phone because that's my work phone.
Hey,
and I got to pay taxes this year, so I'll just write the whole thing off. How about that?
That's a good idea.
Okay. Well, I almost texted you last night because we were trying to sign up for that thing that you told us about, the cable TV. And it was asking us a question like, it was like, what IPTV are you going to be using? And I was like,
Well, that question is, you got Fire Stick or you're just going to use Roku or whatever, smart TV. So that's all that means.
Okay.
So when I get back, I can hook it up for you if you want. I'll be back on Monday.
Yes.
Not this Monday, but the following Monday.
Okay.
So,
por favor.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the home store. Look, they've got FR jackets, $129.99, starting at $129.99. Also, the FR hoodies starting at $79.99. Looking for winter gear. It's gonna get cold soon. Look, it's snowing up on the mountain already. It's gonna get cold. Along with FR jackets and hoodies, they also have coveralls and insulated bibs, FR and non-FR clothing to keep you warm, plus portable heaters. You can use that at the job site or at the home to keep you toasty. Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Check them out today. They also have furniture, appliances, and electronics. 0 down financing. And right next door is Scrub Outfitters and more. Scrub Outfitters has more than just scrubs. Yes, they have your medical scrubs. They have medical scrubs, comfy shoes, compression socks, but now they have clothing for infants from newborn to size 7. Looking for a jacket to keep the little one warm, looking for an outfit for maybe Christmas pictures. They've got that and more. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, check them out in the Broadmoor Mall. We got a lot of things to get to. Good news of the day coming up in a second. Blake, let's do the boob of the day this morning. It's already 8:45. 8:45, boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Yes, they do a lot of different things to make you feel better. If you're living in pain, they do stem cell therapy and ozone therapy. They can also take care of you when it comes to testosterone replacement therapy and hormonal optimizations. Right now, sales going on for the month of November. Buy 2, get 1 free when it comes to the eBoo. Hair removal, 20% off. Also, body contouring packages, 20% off. Skinny shots, buy 4, get 1 free. Also, buy 4, get 1 free for B12 injections. And if you're looking for hormone pellets, they offer $50 off right now. And premium IV drips, they are also available. 575-964-8025, Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
Almost any absurd behavior can be blamed on a TikTok challenge. But there's one thing you have to keep in mind. No one's buying it if you're not filming it. 41-year-old guy in
Florida,
named Anthony Day, was recently spotted, quote, marching down the street, butt naked in 36-degree weather. It was when the cold snap was through there.
Sure.
He wasn't even wearing socks. A driver saw him and called police because they were worried about shrinkage. The cops asked Anthony what was going on, and he said something about being a TikTok prank. But he didn't even have a phone with him or anybody else filming it either.
Yeah.
He didn't want to answer any other questions because he said he wanted to protect his privacy. Police said there wasn't much to protect and initially gave him a quiz, and he gave them fake name, fake address. And so they really didn't take kindly to that.
Yeah.
He was charged with minimal indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, and resisting an officer without violence. They booked him in jail, naked. They didn't give him anything to wear. So his mugshot, no shirt. But you see the sign with the numbers.
Yeah.
And for faking a TikTok challenge just so you can walk naked down the street in cold weather, you're definitely going to be the boob of the day.
By the way, video not included.
Thank
or maybe
you.
It was. It is TikTok.
I hope nobody was filming it. Only the cam from the police is the only video, and I don't think that's been released to the public.
Boob of the day being brought to you by our buddies at Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. We're going to take a break, come back. Still to come, Tradio coming up at 9:30. Good news of the day still to come. Don't forget, they've got the Boys and Girls 7th Annual Fishing Derby going on this weekend. Registration begins today at 1 p.m. Lower Tanzel Dam, so you can go get registered. By the way, it's $20 donation if you want to support the Boys and Girls Club. If you're under 12, you fish for free. This is a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club. The biggest catfish, a prize for that. Plus, if you catch the biggest trout, a whopping $1,000 prize. Biggest bass, a prize for that. Plus many giveaways. So check them out tomorrow and Sunday. It's the 7th Annual Boys and Girls Club Fishing Derby going on in Carlsbad. Your chance to win prizes. And any day out there fishing with a young one is a great day. Call my buddy J.R. DeParto for more information, 575-361-9580. Sponsors, Barco Electric, Keller Williams, and others. And, of course, the message being brought to you by Carlsbad Lodgers Tax. We'll take a break, come back. We're in the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. And Roadrunner Food Bank, the Food Depot, and New Mexico Department of Game and Fish announced the return of Hunters Helping the Hungry, a unique program giving hunters in New Mexico a chance to feed those in need. Hunters can donate elk, deer, antelope, and other game to be turned into easy-to-cook meals. The process breaks down into a few steps. First, hunters bring in their catch to one of 2 processing centers. The meat is processed and packaged from there. Then the meat is collected by the 2 local food banks who distribute it to hungry people in need. Go to huntershelpingthehungry.org for more information. Lee County Commissioners have approved a second budget adjustment for the Lee County Event Center remodel that has now grown to a cost of around $54 million because of unexpected structural issues, which include rusted windows and pockets of clay found in the parking lot. Construction remains ongoing. And Texas's new $3 billion Dementia Research Fund has been blocked temporarily by a trio of voters, Shannon Huggins, Lars Kuzlich, and Jose Sylvester, who filed a lawsuit claiming some voting machines used in this month's election are faulty. The plaintiffs, who are representing themselves without an attorney, do not say why they are only protesting the results that overwhelmingly approve the funding of the Dementia Prevention and Research Institute of Texas and not the other 16 propositions Texans considered on the same ballot. 2 of the 3 plaintiffs, Huggins and Kuzlich, have filed previous challenges about voting machines in other elections. Nearly 70% of Texas voters approved of the funding. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick called the plaintiffs' efforts lawsuit abuse, saying, quote, "This frivolous lawsuit has prevented the DPRIT constitutional amendment from taking effect despite Proposition 14's passage with nearly 70% of the vote." And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
What's really going on? Daniel Velez here, Permian Ford Lincoln, and it's a first-come, first-served basis, guys. We have a big announcement on 2025 model year and clearance. It's called the Year-End Savings Event, and it gives you 0% for 60 months and 90 days deferred payment on all 2025 models left in stock. Come check us out. It's a first-come, first-served basis. You want to make sure that you get the ones that you like, and yes, it does include America's best-selling truck F-150. It does include our Ford Super Duties, guys. Come and check us out. We're going to be excited to help you guys out. 1000 North Del Paso Street here in Hobbs, America.
Make sure you and the crew are rigged up with a full set of work gear from Rig Outfitters and the home store in Hobbs. Brands like Wrangler, Rocky, Timberland, Rasco, Durango, and Bulwark FR, just to name a couple of the big ones. Hard hats, safety vests, boots, and everything FR. Choose from a full line of Arctic coolers, jugs, and mugs to keep everything to temperature on the job site. From head to toe, Rig Outfitters in the home store has you safely covered. 1401 North Turner in Hobbs, inside the Broadmoor Mall.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial as well as industrial units for the patch. Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating.
Head down to Tate Branch in Hobbs. If you've been thinking about upgrading your ride, now's the time. They've got a huge selection of vehicles from rugged Ram trucks to family-ready Jeep Wagoneers, all backed by their lifetime powertrain warranty. Go see Vanessa at Tate Branch in Hobbs and let her get you rolling in something you love. 4123 North Lovington Highway, or call her at 575-298-1205. That's 298-1205. Go experience the Tate Branch difference.
I'm Ruben. I work at Chevron, and this is my New Mexico. My main thing is family time, off-roading on the trails, letting my kids experience the world. And I'm glad that Chevron is doing its part for future generations, lowering our carbon intensity in New Mexico. Oh, I feel very proud when I'm wearing my Chevron logo.
Learn more at chevron.com/Reuben.
Bob's Ritway says happy Thanksgiving with big holiday values like honeysuckle young white turkey, 99 cents a pound. Sweet potatoes, 3 pounds for $1. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, just $2.99. Food Club large white eggs, 18 count, just $2.98. Get your Cool Whip topping, just $1.98 a tub. And get your Butterball Premium 10 pounds and up, just $1.98 a pound. Cornish game hens, $1.79 a pound. These and hundreds of big holiday values to bring in Thanksgiving this week at Bob's Ritway. 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where for 50 Thanksgivings, your grocery dollars always gone farther.
Thank God it's Friday.
Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
I'll be back.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We're naked, is that okay?
Stop that. You go blind.
It's wet, but it stretches.
It's huge.
Hi,
Ruthie Fitapelli.
You're in big trouble, mister.
I'll be hurting with my head in a vice. Tuesday, I'll be wondering if I'll ever survive. Wednesday and a Thursday, I'll be slowly tuning in. Friday, I'll be revving up my motor again. Finally, Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll.
Happy Friday!
It's too soon for Christmas music. Way too soon for me. There's no snow or mistletoe, and good luck finding a tree, except the fake ones. They're on sale now at Home Depot. Christmas music was special when it was played round then. I'm excited for Christmas music, but now's way too early to begin.
I agree. Traditionally, the day after Thanksgiving, radio stations play Christmas music. It's one thing when I'm in the Philippines, like August 1st, they start playing Christmas music. It's a bit, yeah, it's a bit much.
Oh my God.
It is a bit much. Thanksgiving Day is a bit much. If I had my druthers, it would be like December 15th. Start playing Christmas music.
December
humbug.
20th.
Yeah.
We've already been listening to it.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of Christmas music. New York City these days, popular phrase is wham, bam, thank you, Mandani. Yeah, that's the popular phrase nowadays. And researchers say that it's likely that the Neanderthals engaged in kissing.
Okay.
Do you believe they did?
Does it
I'm
matter?
not believing it.
Does it matter?
I'm just not believing it. I think it's low.
Well, wham, bam, thank you, Mandani.
Yeah. 1 in 5 Americans drive while angry on a regular basis. I'm actually think that number's too low.
Or do they get
1 in 5?
Or do they get angry while driving and therefore are driving while
they
angry?
could be. Yeah. Hurricane Melissa, gust of winds breaking the record for speed shortly before the storm made landfall in last month in the Caribbean. 252 miles an hour.
That's moving.
You know, when I hear people say, well, you know, we had 60-mile-an-hour winds with that hurricane, I'm going, we got that in southeast New Mexico most days.
That was Tuesday.
7 years after his sexual assault scandal rocked his career, Kevin Spacey is now homeless. Yeah, and then it comes to the part, for a second there, I was like, Kevin Spacey's homeless. And then he said, I'm living in hotels and living in Airbnbs. If you're living in Airbnbs, are you really homeless?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, you've got a roof over your head. Then he left it off by saying, I'm going wherever the work is. What kind of work are you doing? You're an actor. Airbnb. If you got an Airbnb, I don't believe you're homeless.
Mm-mm.
And the fifth person reportedly died in Disney, the World Resort in Florida, just over 1 month. 5 people. There's got to be something to that story. It's got to be more to the story. Well, we know one of those people died on the roller coaster and was in their 60s and had an emergency, had a medical emergency. So you can scratch one off the list if you're a conspiracy theorist. And McDonald's, just in time for the holidays, they are coming out with a limited edition meal inspired by one of the Christmas's grumpiest characters, the Grinch. The Grinch meal this week, starting on Tuesday, will include a Big Mac, our 10 pieces of McNuggets, dill pickles, and a salted Grinch pickle.
Kind of sounds good.
By the way, just having to eat that would get me in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, though. I'm not for eating all that ultra-processed food. The golden age, America's foreign-born population has dropped by 2.3 million, and Americans are going back to work. That's what Donald Trump was saying yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
President released the numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, revealing Americans are going back to work, and immigrants born out of country. We have less workers today than we did in January of last year.
Is that because they got deported?
Yeah, well, some of them are self-deported. President Biden, record 52 million migrants took part in the total workforce, and they accounted for about 15.3% of the total population.
Wait.
By the way, those numbers have started to cool down.
They're admitting now that Biden let in 52 million illegal people?
No. There are already a certain amount of illegal aliens in the United States. So Biden, they are saying about 30 million, 25 to 30 million.
Still, that's way above what they were saying before. You know, all the Democrats, Schumer and him, it's only 11 million.
Oh, only 11 million.
Yeah, but
whenever we get in the millions, 25 to 30 million. Yep. And looks like a lawsuit was filed yesterday against the federal government on behalf of illegal immigrants facing fines up to 1.8 million each to stay in the United States legally. Daily penalties of $998 have been levied against over 21,000 immigrants.
Good.
Whose lawyers said they were attempting to comply with the federal government's laws, but couldn't afford to pay the money.
Then you're
So
not
if you got a
attempting.
notice, if you got a notice to leave the country, and the notice said you will be fined $998 per day if you don't leave the country, I'm packing my bags and leaving.
But you're not. They weren't trying to comply with U.S. law. What are their lawyers smoking?
Yeah. So the lawyer, by the way, I'm sure the lawyers will like the ACLU.
Yeah.
So the lawsuit filed in Massachusetts on behalf of 2 immigrant women who seek a class action status for the lawsuit. And they want about $6 billion in, they want about $6 billion in return.
Just say no.
So is finding them going to help them leave the country faster?
Why don't we give them a reverse Biden ticket and send them back?
But the problem with that, the court gets involved and say you can't deport these individuals. That's the problem, because Biden granted them a type of amnesty, and the court is now arguing you can't get rid of them because they were granted amnesty under Joe Biden, even though they didn't go through the complete process to get amnesty.
Hmm.
All right, the DOJ subpoenaed Jim Jordan's phone records for more than 2 years. Work phone, home phone, cell phone. AT&T had his cell phone records. They turned that over. So Jim Jordan, the Republican from Ohio, 2-year period. They were viewing his text messages and his call logs. This information coming out, part of Arctic Frost. I don't even want to hear about Donald Trump going after his enemies. What was this? What was this that DOJ was doing? Exactly that.
Right.
Nothing less. And in Taos, they're planning to change the name of Kit Carson Park.
Why?
Well, they want a name that is much softer and won't hurt anybody's feelings.
So somebody not white.
Red Willow Park. That's the name of the new park.
And because Kit Carson was a white guy, they can't name a park after him.
Well, Kit Carson was a frontiersman, a trapper, a soldier, and came west. Without him, there might have not been the westward expansion in the United States.
Yeah, can't have a park named after that guy.
So Kit Carson can't have that park. Also fought in the Civil War. And Kit Carson, back in the day, became very, very popular because he grew up in Missouri and fought along with Daniel Boone. So Kit Carson, we can't have a park named after Kit Carson. The better name is the Red Willow Park. That's non-offensive to everybody.
Unless you're a weeping willow.
So anyway, Taos Town Hall, Town City Council voted to change the name on Monday. Now going to be called the Red Willow Park. Non-offensive. Yeah, just non-offensive to everybody. Red Willow.
That tells you everything. That tells you everything you need to know about the city government of Taos.
Well, we've known that for a while.
Well, that's true. That's true.
We've known that. Robbery suspect attacked with a samurai sword doing a home invasion.
Yeah.
You better think twice about this. Robbery suspect remained hospitalized after being stabbed with the samurai sword.
Oh, well.
You picked the wrong house. Marcus Armstrong, 35 years of age, attempted to rob a man at gunpoint when the man whipped out the samurai sword.
Wow.
Hold this while I whip this out.
He cut him off from doing bad things.
By the way, is that part of our Second Amendment rights, the right to bear a samurai sword?
Sure.
Yes.
By the way, the armed robbery was a failure.
It was only armed robbery till he got the sword.
Let you face the sword. Anyway, the guy was arrested and was, scratches on him from the samurai sword. That's what we're calling it, scratches. Congratulations. You actually were able to protect yourself with samurai sword. All right, and one more story. GOP wrestling with the Obamacare fix. What do we do with Obamacare?
Scrap it.
I hate to tell you. I think the only way to fix this is to completely blow it up and start over. Because it's not working.
Nope.
Healthcare is going up 200%, 300% for some people. It's a failure. Sorry to let you know about that. It is a epic failure. And pretty much everything the Democrats touch fails. It does. Look at the immigration program under Joe Biden. Epic failure. That was intentional. They actually took money from your kids and grandkids to let all these people into the country and give them all kind of free stuff. You remember the flyers that were going around in Central and South America?
Yes.
Free cell phones, free housing, free food, free health care. See, I don't forget stuff like that. But how do you fix Obamacare?
Scrap it.
It's true.
I would say you're going to have to scrap it. So the GOP is looking into how to fix it because another continuing resolution will come up real soon.
Mm-hmm.
The continuing resolution they signed is only for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come back. So what do we do with the Affordable Care Act? How do we get people that need insurance? Some very intelligent man said one time that continuing to do the same thing over and over and over,
and
that's the definition of insanity.
Well, and expecting different results.
Correct.
That's the important
expecting
part
different results. So they got to look at how to fix it. Do people need health care? Yeah, probably. But mandating that everybody get health care has led us down this road.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it again. When you're in your 20s and healthy, probably don't need health care as much as a person in their 60s. Just a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew, reminding you that the governor continues to attack our way of life in southeast New Mexico. We see the crime rate in New Mexico and the juvenile crime rate go through the roof. The liberals and the governor, you know what they say? Take away people's guns.
Mm-hmm.
Why you gonna take away the people that are trying to take care of their family, protect their family, take away their guns? How about lock up the criminals?
Real.
How about continuing to let the criminals out is not a fix? Coming to the realization that that is not a fix. You count on one thing, Randy Pettigrew is going to continue to fight for common sense. He gets it. Randy Pettigrew's in District 61, puts out a newsletter. Even if you're not in District 61, doesn't matter where you're listening this morning. Want to keep up with what's going on in New Mexico? Sign up for that newsletter. RandallPettigrew.com, message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. We're coming back. Good news of the day coming up next. But first, Monica in the text.
So much for the old saying, don't take a knife to a gunfight. It depends on the size of the knife, said Jay Patton. And not a liberal here, but Kit Carson was heavily involved in the Trail of Tears. I understand, House. Patrick's cousin Daniel said the Bears probably don't even know that we have the right to their arms.
Right? That tickled you way too much.
Would you call that kung fu fighting? Said Brian Worthington.
No, different continents.
Morning.
Different countries.
Good morning. I agree with y'all as well. Ha ha. Also, let's talk about how the Republicans in majority in Chavez County didn't go out and vote. Has anyone done a deep look at the numbers? I feel from just looking at the numbers provided that roughly 25 to 40% of registered Democrats was all they needed to win their election.
Yeah.
Well, the problem in Roswell is you have 4 people running against one person. And the Democrats come out and vote for that one person, where the Republicans divide the vote with 3 or 4 people. That's the problem.
All right. Sean in Carlsbad say, what I say, come after my guns, they better bring theirs. In-law Outlaw said, I just thought B was Paul Harvey when he started about the tax talk. I 100% thought it was the late, great Paul Harvey.
Well, thank you.
And
That's
now
a pretty big compliment,
That
B.
is a big compliment. Now y'all triggered about the park name, LOL.
Not triggered.
A station in Tennessee played Christmas 365 days a year, said Linda. And
That's just too much. That's way too much.
Thumper said, Kevin, you cheap bastard, $29.99. Who do you think you are, Ronco? You member.
Hey, Adidas is good. They're nice and soft. The other ones are better.
If you really want to know the truth, NPR pisses me off. But after you guys go off, they do have some good programming. And
I used to like NPR's Saturday programming because they have some of the quiz shows and things and the travel shows. They're okay.
Okay. Artesia is going to kick the Wildcats' butt on Saturday.
Ooh, calling you out, Monica. Calling you out, Monica.
Listen, I'm realistic.
You're agreeing with them?
I'm not agreeing with them. I'm just believing for a miracle. Let's just say that.
I don't know what that means.
I'm believing Lovington's going to win. That's a miracle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all should bet on it.
I don't even know who this texter is. I'll bet him, though.
You texter, you should bet her. Something friendly, not like a lot, just something friendly.
Not a chance of winning.
Healthcare. That's all I'm saying. You never
Kevin,
know.
you gonna bet her on it?
God can
No, I'm
sprinkle
not betting anything.
No.
God can sprinkle some miracle juice on that field.
Sure, I'll bet you $1.
Saturday.
You're gonna go
You
with
bet $1?
even though I live here.
I know. You want to go with Artesia?
I'll go with
Patrick's gonna be
Artesia for $1.
So mad because I'm betting.
Oh, well,
Artesia for $1?
Then you can bet for Patrick, and then he can't get mad. $1.
Oh, he would tell me not to bet.
I'll take the Bulldogs for $1.
This is why I'm saying it. Like, unless there's a miracle, he knows. He knows his team. I say it's his team.
I mean, I live in Lovington, but
Like,
I don't really have a
last
favorite
night.
in this
He
because I
says-
didn't go to either one.
Oh gosh, if he's listening, can I say what you said, Paul? Because
$1.
Artesia, okay, I already said that. Healthcare should be available for all citizens of the country they
Why?
live in.
Why?
Well, it is available. It is available. I mean, it's like, beer's available today if you can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Why should we make it available available is a great word. It's available. If you want it, go get it. What you're talking about is free.
Enforced. You're forcing someone else to pay for it. Why should anybody pay for anything for you?
I'm not down with that.
Big Trucker C hit the nail on the head. Now that Lovington is in the same ranking as Artesia, it's going to be seriously hard for Lovington to ever see a state championship again, especially in football.
They just got to get better.
They've got to get it out of their head that they can't beat Artesia.
Right.
It's all a mind thing for them. Renaming Kit Carson Park is another example of the left erasing history. So sad, said Brian from Albuquerque. And the one that was talking about healthcare, he said, all citizens of the country they live in, if they're not legal citizens of the country they are in, then they shouldn't be provided healthcare by that country. It's that simple. And when people don't have healthcare because it's not very affordable in certain situations and they need medical attention and they go to a clinic, who do you think pays for that healthcare? Tax dollars. So by making healthcare affordable, you drastically reduce the amount of tax dollars needed.
I will agree with that to a certain extent. But, name one thing the government does well. You think the VA is run well?
No.
I mean, it's getting better, but do you think it's done well?
No.
No.
And
name one thing the government does well.
And they didn't make healthcare affordable. They tripled the cost.
Yeah, it's like 300% increase. And Monica, we got big problems. I just saw that they're trying to get rid of chickens in Lovington.
I saw in the city
yeah.
In the city limits.
Mhm.
That's already been an ordinance. They'll come back and address it again. So
We're good. I think we're good.
They had that at the last. They had that at the. They had some people show up to talk about it on Monday at the commission meeting.
So are chickens the issue?
Well, they're against the ordinance right now.
I think it's the noise that they don't like.
Which is roosters.
Well, if you don't have
Correct.
roosters,
Right.
If you don't have roosters, there's not a problem. I would think.
I got 3 roosters.
And to be fair, the city manager said that they aren't enforcing that ordinance right now. So
right, yeah. We'll see how it all plays out.
Just wondering, where were the parents of the young girls that were working for Jeffrey Epstein if they were underage? And Smokey says the only thing the government does and they do it well is screw the American people.
No doubt about that. Man, we have become so stupid wanting to take care of everybody and not ourselves. And before the Democrats come back and talk about Venezuela that we gave, or Brazil, we gave them $20 billion. It was a loan that's actually making us money. So go ahead and get something else.
I've got to finish this.
Wind that pitch.
I've got to finish this texter's text because they just said, thank you for reading the most important part of my message. Honestly, it sounds like the whole time you're on the air, you just spill complete rhetoric over the air, knowing there's people out there who believe everything they hear. So try using facts, real, actual facts before you say things over the air. Maybe you'd have more listeners than just the ignorant, empty-minded people.
Oh, we got plenty of listeners.
A new leftist.
We don't have a problem with listeners. And you know what? This is a great opportunity for you to correct us.
Actually,
but you can't.
This is probably Sphincter Speaker from a different number.
The other phone?
Yeah. They didn't text at all today.
I got the magic jack. I'll change my damn number.
Right. Sphincter Speaker number 2 is your new text name.
All right, let's get to a break real quick.
But I mean, look, if it's not true, then it's your opportunity to correct.
They can't.
But I haven't heard any correction going on. I just hear you, like most Democrats, throwing out a bunch of crap that can't stick to the wall. So correct if you'd like. Morning show this morning being brought to you by La Tienda Thriftway. Find them in Carlsbad. Check them out today. Home of the taco bar, made from scratch tortillas. Young turkeys, 89 cents a pound. Get them today. Also, shank portion ham for Thanksgiving, $1.77 a pound. Spiral ham, $1.99 a pound. And get the Boston pork shoulder for just 99 cents a pound. In the produce department, bunches of celery, 2 for $1. Sweet taters, you can get them 3 pounds for just $1. Red seedless grapes, 99 cents a pound. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, just $2.99. And the deli department, start with the wheat bread. A loaf is $1.48. Also bologna, $4.99 a pound. Also oven roasted turkey breast, $7.99 a pound. Colby Jack cheese, $7.49 a pound. And if you're looking for refreshments, they always have the coldest beer in Carlsbad, along with the taco bar made from scratch tortillas and Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite, plus other flavors like Diet and that type of stuff. You can get it for 20-pack, 9-ounce cans for just $9.99. Get it all today at La Tienda in Carlsbad. We're coming back. Good news of the day. Up next, we're B and the Breakfast Club.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani meet.
3 o'clock today, when the man President Trump calls a communist sits down with him at the White House. The meeting underscores the growing divide in American politics, but the White House says, well, the president's door is always open. Mamdani says affordability, safety, and economic security are high on his list.
Fox Business' Lauren Simonetti, preventing a military conflict between the U.S. and Venezuela. Massachusetts Congressman Seth Moulton.
This is not a war the American people want.
The Democrat wants to push through new legislation that would stop any funding for military operations against Venezuela. A source says Ukraine's President Zelensky held a call with the Vice President J.D. Vance. There's a new U.S. peace plan on the table to stop Russia's war in Ukraine. America's listening to Fox News.
Michael's Prescription Corner is your one-stop shop for all of your medication needs. Whether you're under the weather or just need your med refills while you're on the road, Oilfield, we're talking to you. The team at Michael's can get you filled and on your way. With 4 locations serving Lee County, it's guaranteed hometown service with a smile you can count on. Michael's Prescription Corner is located in Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and now open in Chow. Visit michaelsrxcorner.com for all location information or simply download their app to submit your refills today. Michael's Prescription Corner, proudly serving all of Lee County.
What's really going on is Daniel Velos here at Permian Ford Lincoln. Guys, if you are interested in any electric vehicles, we have our Mustang Mach-E that is on a super sale. I'm telling you guys, we got thousands off. We got 0% for 72 months, and we'll even give you access to our turbocharger here for a year at the dealership. Come by and check us out. Come by and inquire. Right now it's the time to buy. We got 2 left, and we're making deals on those bad boys. Right here in the corner of Sanger and El Paso here in Hobbs, America. Come check us out.
Your call is very important.
Still waiting on your cable company to care? With slow speeds and hidden fees, maybe it's time to pull the plug. Kinetic gives you 100% fiber and gig speeds with 25 times faster uploads than cable. Local service that actually shows up, and clear pricing that isn't there to surprise you. So ditch cable and connect with the right crowd. Get up to $200 when you switch. Visit GoKinetic.com. Kinetic. Internet better. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply.
The fridge leaks, the dryer squeaks. You need to stop by Rig Outfitters and Home Store in Hobbs and check out their huge selection of appliances and electronics. LG, Samsung, Frigidaire, GE, Speed Queen, and more. Rig Outfitters also carries TVs, stereos, Bluetooth speakers, sound systems, and entertainment centers. Zero down and easy financing with approved credit. Rig Outfitters and Home Store, 1401 North Turner, inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
What's really going on? Danny Bellows here at Permian Ford Lincoln, corner of Sanger and El Paso, and I have some big news. You don't want to listen to this. 2025 Ford models have 0% for 60 months and 90 days of deferred payments. That means you won't have a payment until February, possibly March. And yes, that does include Super Duty. 2025 model year Super Duties have also qualified for the year-end savings event of 0% for 60 months and 90 days deferred payment. I can't say it enough. What is really going on right here at Permian Ford Lincoln, 1000 North El Paso Street in Hobbs, America?
What is the Safe Haven Law? In New Mexico, you can bring your infant up to 90 days old to any Safe Haven site without fear of being criminally charged. This includes hospitals, fire stations, and police departments. Monica Kelsey, founder of Safe Haven Baby Boxes, has worked diligently to provide 3 baby box locations for your convenience. Hobbs's Baby Box is at Fire Station 1, 301 East White Street. Carlsbad's Baby Box is at Fire Department Station 1, 401 South Jalagueño Street. Roswell's Baby Box is at their Central Fire Station, 200 South Richardson Avenue. Remember, if you can't make it to one of these Safe Haven Baby Box locations, you can take your infant to any hospital, police department, or fire station. No shame, no blame, and no names. Visit shbb.org for more information.
Is your engine running on empty? You need the perfect fuel. That's why Lovington turns to the Cornerstone Coffee House. They start with their handcrafted, velvety, smooth espresso drinks, lattes, mochas, Americanos. Your daily dose of delicious energy. But you can't run on coffee alone. Pair it with one of their amazing gourmet soups, salads, and sandwiches. Fresh ingredients piled high, ready for lunch. Stop by the Cornerstone Coffee House directly across from the courthouse at 111 Main Street in Lovington for the best coffee and lunch combo in Lee County. The Cornerstone Coffee House, fueling your day one perfect bite and sip at a time.
In the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com.
You can tell the master I'm done for the day.
Today's show is sponsored by Holiday Travel. The only thing more stressful than actually seeing your family.
Another day. It's already 9:27. Let's get to the good news of the day. Being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Get in touch with them today. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So a couple near St. Louis met at a water aerobics class a few years ago, and they just got married at the same YMCA pool they met in. And all their wedding guests were also in the pool. Now let me throw another twist in there for you. It was 82-year-old Edward LaRue and 78-year-old Marlene Parsons, and they went for their first date in late 2023. He proposed 8 months later, but it took her about a year to say yes. Their water aerobics teacher was already ordained, so she did the ceremony, and the pool wedding happened last Wednesday. And you might have heard about this. I don't think we really talked about it, but cops in Albuquerque caught a runaway pig that got loose on the interstate last week. It was pretty cute, kind of gray with black spots. And now it's got a forever home. Now, whoever he belonged to didn't come forward to claim the pig, but a couple who already had a pig said they wanted another one. So they adopted it, and they named him Boris. Boaris. And his new best bud's name is Swinona. So Boris and Swinona are a couple in Albuquerque. And I'm glad they told me it was a runaway pig, or I wouldn't have known who it was. But that is the good news of the day, Kevin.
The day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. Check him out today. We got to go. Radio coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC. I tell you what, if you got problems with your air conditioner or your heater, they're the company to call. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Ricky Rocha is the go-to guy. Has been our guy that we call. Air condition fails at our transmitter site, and Ricky's out there fixing it, getting it going. By the way, if it can be repaired, he will repair it. If it can't be repaired, he offers a lot of new technology. They'll actually save you additional money when it comes to energy savings, like the inverter systems and that type of stuff. 575-631-1999. Call Enrique Rocha today. We're out of here. See you guys coming up Monday morning for a short week on B and the Breakfast Club.